What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangout spot where you already know it's Real Talk Boxing Talk, live from my man cave. It's your boy Johnny, and I'm your host for another edition of the Hangout Spot Live, this time a special Sunday night edition. Let's get ready to rumble! Yeah, and welcome back to another show, man. I'm excited to be back on, man. It's been a couple of days since we've been live, but last week we worked overtime, bro. We definitely worked overtime, man. We did over 8 hours worth of shows within 24 hours. We did a live fight chat early morning Thursday to check out my man B Storm the Norm do his thing, knockout of the year candidate by knocking out Jim Sasaki in spectacular fashion within 5 rounds. And then back at it, we were at nighttime. We did a recap show. Coach Brian Norman Sr. was on, man, and he rocked out with us. We also opened up the phone lines again, man. We were rocking out. We did hella shows, but we also had 2 great interviews. We had featherweight prospect Keith Colon was in the building, undefeated featherweight prospect. And then Tuesday, man, we had the legend himself, the voice of boxing, Jim Lampley was on. If you haven't checked out any of those shows, make sure you go to the Hangout spot on YouTube and check them out tonight. We got another banging show for you because today we had some spice. We had some spice in the Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford press conference. And that's what I want to see, man. I don't want to see any of those nasty ass dinners together and all this polite shit. Again, we could save that for after the fight, bro. This is a fight realistically that none of us really asked for, if you want to be honest, man. The true fight fans wanted to see Canelo Alvarez against David Benavidez. But again, this is what we call a nice consolation prize. So it's good that there was some hype. There was a little bit of heat, a little bit of tension today. And it gets us a little bit more excited for what we're going to see September 13th, which is going to probably be a really, really good fight between Terence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. That's going down in Legion Stadium in Las Vegas. Today was the New York City press conference, man. And again, things got heated. But first and foremost, today we're gonna open up the phone lines, man, because I want to let the callers let me know how y'all felt about today. More importantly, what y'all think is gonna happen. Again, these are early predictions, man. This fight is a few months away, but you know, it's time to start getting hyped for it, right? This is on paper probably the biggest fight so far this year for us as true hardcore fight fans. Now, what we saw today will draw in more of the casual fans as well, right? People like to see spicy shit, including me. I'm a hardcore, but I love to see spicy press conferences, bro. Fuck that. Give me a little bit of pushing and shoving. Give me some cursing. Give me some trash talk. Hype me up for a fight, you know, that I believe could be good. But again, we got to see how it plays out. So we're going to open up the phone lines in just a little bit, but you guys know the rules here at the Hangout spot. If you're watching this live on YouTube, smash that like button as it will help us grow and hopefully get this channel out into the algorithm of other boxing fans so they know we rock out weeknights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing Sunday shows, as you can see. We're also going to be doing live fight chats, man. I really dug the live fight chat Thursday morning. Now, I really didn't dig the time. We were up early, and shout out to all of y'all that trooped it, got up early, and more importantly, participated after the fight, man. We had a hell of a good show, a lot of calls. We went about 4.5 hours. We had great panelists giving their take on not just the fight, but what's next for Brian Norman Jr. So shout out to y'all. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of these fight chats, man. I was really digging it, bro. Shout out to y'all, man, that came and rocked out, man.
Amen, brother.
For real. But tonight ain't going to be no different. Again, we're going to open up the phone lines, and I want to hear your thoughts on what went down today between Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Again, this was the New York City press conference. I am going to play some videos shortly. But at the end of the day, if you're watching this also live on Facebook and Millions.co, we are now streaming live on Millions.co. Make sure you guys throw me a like. More importantly, come on over to YouTube. The next ground rule is if you have not subscribed to the Hangout spot, make sure you do so. We are the little engine that could right now, but we're trying to turn this train into a locomotive. In order for us to do that, we're going to need some more passengers. We got hella interviews lined up for you guys in the next couple of weeks, including a special ladies' night as well that I am putting together. We'll talk about that a little bit more as the show progresses. And last but not least, make sure y'all cook in the chat, bro. You know the deal. Make sure y'all cook in the chat. More importantly, call in, man. I want everybody's opinion, man. I want us to have a long show with a lot of callers. with a lot of takes on what they feel is going to go down between Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford. But if you also want to throw your brother a bone via super chat, super sticker, super thanks, or Cash App, which is scrolling down below, you can also do that, and it'll help your brother out. Obviously, every donation counts. We are putting in the work here at the Hangout spot. I mean, there is no limit to what we're going to be doing in the year 2025 and beyond. We are checking in. There are mad people in the chat already. I appreciate all of y'all for rocking out. We got Vega up in the chat, and also in the back room, we're going to be bringing him in just a bit. We got my man Yayan, the Nizzler. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for rocking out here on a Sunday night. Ace Cannons, what's going on, baby? What's going on? Peace and love, baby. Peace and love. Alberto's in the building. Shout out to Alberto, especially for rocking out Thursday morning at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for the main event. Brian Norman Jr. knocks out Jim Zazaki, knockout of the year candidate, bar none. We got KL Chapo in the building. What's going on, champ? Champ. Appreciate you rocking out here on a Sunday night. We're going to do it up tonight. CJ Rich, what's going on, man? They can vote on the poll, but very few are willing to put a rack on Canelo. Any takers? Man, CJ is pulling out the big guns already, bro. CJ trying to bank, bro. He going for Crawford, man. I'm really, really curious to see how CJ felt about these press conferences. Again, things got a little spicy. Bud Crawford trying to size up Canelo. Canelo pushes him. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's the shit that I like to see, bro. That's the shit that I like to see. But we got our first super chat of the night. KL Chopper with the $2. Cash moves everything around me. Get the money. Dollar bill, yo. Yes, sir. Chapo says towards the goal. Keep up the good work, champ. I appreciate you. And again, I want to give all of y'all a shout out because during that Brian Norman Sr. interview, we actually hit that goal of 2,000 subscribers, bro. Appreciate y'all, man. Now we up to the next goal now. We got to get to 2,500. We are now at 2,021, I believe, before I started the show. So we are less than 80 subscribers away from 2,100. Again, every 100, we move closer to the next goal, man. So I appreciate y'all rocking out. More importantly, sharing the channel, subscribing, showing love, man. Appreciate y'all, man. But we got CJ Rich with the $5. Straight cash, homie. He said Johnny said he wants to see that Bo Donald 2 peace press conference. Nah, man, I don't necessarily need to see punches thrown, man, but I do want to see some hostility. You know, I want to see some trash talk. Like, I want to see these dudes go at it. You know what I'm saying? Verbally, at least, man. A push, that doesn't hurt anybody. You know what I'm saying? Today was pretty exciting for me. Again, and a lot of people in the comments early on, Two-Tone Show was saying that shit looks staged, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But at the end of the day, I just don't want to see these dudes like all hunky-dory, having dinner together, you know, showing each other all this respect. Meanwhile, you know, they want to knock each other's heads off. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, show me a little bit, you know, show me a little bit of hostility, bro. It'll make it interesting as it gets closer to the fight, right? We need some more intrigue to this fight. I mean, you already have two guys, pound for pound, the best in the world. Canelo Alvarez, obviously the best fighter at 168 pounds. Terence Crawford, again, moving up 2 weight classes, though the intrigue is there already. But a lot of people feel like he may be a little bit too small for Canelo. I'll tell you, man, when they face off physically, they look pretty much the same size. You know, they look pretty much the same size. So at the end of the day, if that holds truth, then, you know, it goes down to the skill level. You know, who's going to be the better fighter on Fight Night. We got Shane Koken with the $5, my brother. Appreciate you rocking out, Shane. Johnny, this fight can definitely go either way. Yup. And he's like this with this emoji, you know, just doesn't know. Let's go, champ. You got it. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. You get 2 of those. Appreciate the donations. I actually did put a 10 super chat goal. Any super chat. 10 super chats. Let's help a brother hit that goal. It don't matter if it's $1, $2, $5, $10, $100. I don't care, bro. Every penny counts, and I appreciate y'all. We actually 7 super chats down from our goal. But let's go to the phone lines right away, man. Right away, bro. We got Vega up in the building. What's going on, Vega?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can. What's up?
All
Welcome
right.
aboard, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to you. Shout out to Chad. Yeah, no, this press conference I think was definitely different than the last. And it's because, the engagement with the fighters. That's what makes the press conferences. These are for promotional purposes. For me, I'm not into all the crazy antics. But to tell you the truth, first of all, I'm not a fan of this fight. I'm not gonna be watching it. I don't care for it. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't really feel that we're really going to see, it's not like the winner of this. Like, what does it mean exactly? It doesn't mean anything. It's just two guys earning a lot of money and have very storied careers. But for their divisions, what does it do? Nothing. It actually it stalls the divisions, to be honest, because most likely the winner, albeit now if there's a controversial decision or stoppage or something, there may be a rematch. But most of these guys are probably going to retire. Most likely, I don't really see what else is out there for them, especially for the amount they're going to make. But going back to the presser, I like the energy. It didn't come off as fake to me. I think these are two competitors, that they 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 love to be able to say I'm the best. That's important to them. I think it's pretty obvious. They feel they're the best, and they feel that, and that's where they carry themselves, that they are not just a champion in the ring, but also outside of it. They ooze confidence, and you saw that today. And I think with a little bit of things being said by Max Kellerman, hey, Canelo used to be pound for pound number one, Bud's pound for pound number one to me now. um we seen in the last press conference, Canelo pointed out, hey, you're Turkey's boy. I'm gonna make him upset when I beat you. The I'm different, you're not different. I think it kind of built up to what we got at the face off. Crawford wanted to show, like, yo, listen, I am different. I I'm the man, and that's why you saw them, connect right in the middle. And you saw once Bud pushed Canelo back, Canelo said, "No, no, 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 I'm an alpha too," and he gave him a push. And even when they got them back together with the belt, you can see that intensity with Canelo. It's like a switch, which I didn't think was going to get turned on. That's why I didn't really like this fight, because to me, Canelo's been cruising. Could this ignite him? Could this convince me that Canelo's going to come to win, not to be like whatever when a guy's not cooperating the way he wants, like a William Skull. You know what I mean? Or he's not going to feel sorry when he knocks down a Jaime Munguia and say, I'll just carry the rest of the fight. Or, taking a fight with another guy that doesn't really have any business being in there, with no accolades, that's not going to be known, in 10, 15, 20, 50 years. With Bud Crawford, that's not the case. He is a guy that we're always going to know. We're going to tell our children about Bud Crawford, our grandkids about Bud Crawford. So that's what adds to the intrigue here. But I like the intensity. That's what we want to see. I know you say like the theatrics, and whatever sense you may mean it by. But to me, this is what's good. We're not talking about people's mothers or girls, or talking about, oh, I got this and you don't. This is just two guys. They're letting their competitiveness sell the fight, and I can appreciate that for sure, man. So, yeah, that's basically my take.
Well said, bro. Well said. A couple of things that you said. I agree. I don't think it was fake either, and I do agree that you're talking about two ultra competitive guys that are coming to win. So I think I kind of got that out of this as well. I do think that, and the thing that excited me the most is I agree with you. I think Canelo was a little bit on cruise control. Now I think he's ignited, and we've seen in the past what has happened. When Canelo gets a little ignited during the press conference, we saw what happened. When Billy Joe Saunders went after him, what happened in that fight? How'd that work out for Billy Joe Saunders, right? We saw the Caleb Plant deal. That was probably the last dude that pressed Canelo during a press conference that I can remember. We saw how that fight finished. So, a motivated Canelo makes for a better, more intriguing fight. Again, Crawford, people say he's the most competitive athlete they've ever been around. And these are people that have been around him. So I think it's going to be a great fight, bro. And as far as the theatrics, bro, I like a good trash talk back and forth, but I'm not necessarily big with the throwing punches or anything like that. A shove, a push, I'm good with. But as long as they don't overdo it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't overdone here. It was, I know doing the unexpected is what really gets the viewers. Whoa, feedback. But
H down is in the building with us, but you got a lot of background noise, brother.
Who I got background noise? I do.
oh my
Yeah,
God, so much
yeah.
Oh shit. What do you hear? Shit. I can't hear shit.
ourselves.
Oh shit. My bad.
But
Never.
I wanted to bring H down in here so he could join the conversation. We got callers in the background as well. But yeah, man, I liked it. I liked it, and I think that as it goes along, the intrigue is going to get even higher and higher for people like me who realistically needed this, right? Because I didn't ask for this fight, nor did I really. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't care for it. I actually do like it now that it's here and it's been presented to us, right? To me, it's a consolation prize. We wanted to see, or I wanted to see Canelo against Benavidez, but this is a good consolation prize. I don't feel as bad about it as Vega did, or as Vega does. Vega's talking about not watching it, bro. Now, I don't know if I believe you, bro, because you're hardcore, bro.
I'm not
I
watching
don't,
this.
I don't know if I believe you. I think you capping, bro. You talking about a dude, Vega. For those of y'all that don't know, Vega watches shit from all around the world, bro. Fight cards. He's watching fight cards with people that none of us even know. Now all of a sudden you're telling me that you're not gonna tune into this fight, bro. I don't know. I think you capping a little bit, bro.
Someone has to take a stand.
You're gonna be the only guy dying on that vine, bro.
Hey man, that doesn't make me wrong.
I think you know what I think, bro. I think you're gonna be on that live fight chat on the Boxing Voice with 5 other people, and you're gonna be talking that shit during that fight, bro. That's what
Uh,
I think.
I'll probably be 12 beers deep, and yeah, I'll probably be toast by the co-main.
Whatever works, bro. Whatever works. But yeah, man, I liked what I saw, man. I liked what I saw. Let's damn, where H Town dropped off. H Town dropped off, but let's go to the J Ruse Theory. What's going on? You live at the Hangout spot.
Hey, what's going on, man? New to the channel, but I like what I see.
Appreciate you, man. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the family, bro. What you got, man? What you got?
Yeah, man, I like the press conference because I thought that Piers Morgan interview was kind of too buddy buddy. You didn't really learn anything that you didn't know. So I kind of like the shoving and stuff like you were talking about.
Yeah, man, I agree, man. There was just too much friendliness going on, and this is supposed to be a mega fight. This is a fight that's going down in a stadium, in a football stadium. How many
Yeah.
does it seat, Vega?
Oh, a lot. I mean, I think 60 or something thousand.
60,000 people. The first fight ever in Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play in Vegas. I mean,
Oh,
there has to be something, man. And again, what they're looking for, what they should be looking for too, is the casual fans, the buy-in for the casual fans, and the casual fans is what buys into shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Jay Ruse. You on?
I'm sorry. Could you say it again?
No. I like it. I mean, you're talking about a fight. This is a mega fight that's going down for the first time in a football stadium that seats over 60,000 people. There has to be some intrigue, even for the casual fans. You know what I mean?
The fact that
Mm.
You breaking up a little bit, champ. The
Yeah,
J
no,
Rule
and
theory, you breaking up. You breaking up.
can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying I kind of like the fact that Dana White's involved, even though I'm not a big Dana White guy. I think it somehow adds something to the fight somehow. Like maybe that's where the aggression came from because Dana White was in the room.
You know what? To bring that point up, though, I like the style of it. I mean, if you ever watch UFC press conferences, they set up a little podium or they move around a mic and they go to fans, mix in reporters, and that's what we did. And I think that's a very good aspect because it's involvement. Maybe they're going to ask a question that you have, or maybe they're going to ask a stupid question and it's going to rattle the guys. Maybe if we go back and listen to those questions, maybe that started irritating Canelo, or really got Bud to really start to, try to push, kind of get on Canelo's nerves with some things he was saying. Those are just little things that we don't really get from pressers because they're so like uniformed, and honestly, boxing pressers from the host are kind of boring.
Yeah.
That's a good point, man. J. Ruse, I like the whole Dana White factor too, right? It gave it a little bit of that little MMA excitement, that we see a lot in their press conferences. Obviously, they brought Max Kellerman. You guys noticed they brought Max Kellerman in,
Yeah.
to ask the questions and kind of host the press conference. And I did see a post after that he's now going to be a part of the broadcasting team, which I think is dope. But I got to be honest, they got to bring Lampley back, bro. Like, what's up?
Oh,
Bring Lampley back with fucking Max Kellerman, man. You got to make that happen now.
Yeah, if Jim Lampley comes back, man, I'm doing cartwheels, man. Jim Lampley just had something special about it. Like his voice, just like I think he's one of the best in the game, man. I've always been like a big Jim Lampley, Al Bernstein guy, and I actually met Jim Lampley back at Lennox Lewis, Oliver McCall too. I met him there, and classy guy, man. So I hope they do bring Jim Lampley back.
So I don't know if you know, but I had him on the show last Tuesday, man. So check out that interview if you didn't check it out. He is definitely willing to come back. They just need to call him. They just need to call him.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, man. We had him in here. Vega? Like what? An hour and a half? Hour and 45 minutes, man.
Yeah, no, man. Shout out to you, man. It seemed like you guys are really engaged. I'm glad Max is there. I think Max is great. One thing I can appreciate for Max is, as with any network, they're gonna have certain agendas, certain fighters they want to push. And I always felt Max was very good at navigating to where he could still formulate his own opinion, but also word it in a way to where it's not going too much against the network, at times. So I can appreciate that because you don't really see that. A lot of these guys, they're just company men. They push the narratives, and you'll be watching a fight. You can see the A side is losing, and they're like, oh, he's doing well. He's pressing the action. But Max, like I'm trying to get to, pretty truthful and as honest as he can be to make sure he can keep those checks in while still getting off what he wants verbally.
I think he was brought in to be the closest thing to Harold. What was it? Larry Merchant.
Oh, yeah.
He was the closest. Me and Jim actually spoke about that before we went live. Yeah, man. He was brought in to be that version of Larry Merchant. So, the closest thing that we would get to Larry Merchant would be Max Kellerman, who would kind of push the envelope a little bit. But nah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited about that. But they got to bring Lampley back. But that's the first thing I thought. I'm like, bro, you bringing Kellerman back? You got to bring Lampley back.
Yeah, it's a must. It's a must. Like I've never been too big on the DAZN commentating. It just something's missing with it. I just miss those HBO days, man. Like hearing George Foreman contradict himself and all that. Like I love Foreman, but he used to contradict himself a lot. He'd say 1 minute, I like Lennox Lewis's jab, and the next minute he's like, well, he doesn't really jab right. I'm like, what? But yeah, I just miss all them days, man. Those are like the golden era for me.
Absolutely, man. You're probably around the same age as I am, right?
Yeah, I'll be 53 Thursday, man.
There you go. There you go. Happy early birthday, my brother. Happy early birthday.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And thanks for jumping on, man, and joining the Hangout Spot family, man. We appreciate that, man, for real.
Yeah, had to sub, man. It seems like a great channel, man. There's a lot of boxing channels out there, but there's only a few good ones, and this is one of them.
Absolutely. Appreciate you.
The kind words, my brother. You got to keep calling in, bro. You got to keep calling in, bro.
For sure, man. For sure.
Before you go, though, early prediction. I know we're probably going to do this about another 20 times before September, but what you got, what you got early, like just, early, the June prediction.
This for me?
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Crawford, first man to stop Canelo in round 10. I'm going to go way out on
Oh, wow. Okay. That's going out on a limb. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Why though? Why do you say that? Do you think that he's catching Canelo at the right time? You just think that Bud Crawford is a special fighter? Why do you say that?
Well, I think it's all of the above. I think Terence Crawford, I think the way he's been he's just sounds hungry. And I know Canelo's hungry too, but he just seems to fight at a slower pace, and Crawford seems to have more in the bag. And the dude's physical strength is crazy. Like Richard Torres Jr., who's a heavyweight, said that Terence Crawford pinned him and he couldn't do nothing with him. He said, I couldn't even move. And this is a dude, he was like weighing like 155 at the time or 150. And he's holding down a 220-pound heavyweight. I'm like, and you saw the way he just went through Spence. I told everybody he's going to beat Spence. Everybody thought I was crazy. Like, oh no, Spence is too big. I was like, okay. But he's just one of those all-around great athletes. And I think when he does that little switch up to southpaw, which I'm usually not a fan of, I think is going to make Canelo kind of be like a deer in headlights, and he'll be trying to figure out, okay, what's going on here. So I just think he'll catch him with his speed and craftiness.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But we are talking about a guy who has the best chin in boxing. Has never been. I mean, I don't remember the last time he was hurt. Was that against Cotto's brother?
2009, 2008.
I know it's how long ago. I mean, have we ever seen him buzzed or chin checked?
Yeah, his neck is huge.
That's a bold prediction, man.
You mentioned about the physical strength, right? So you saw Bud kind of bump Canelo, and you saw Canelo push him. Did you get any read of what you think the physical strength advantage may go to?
Is that for me?
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed. You noticed after that little bump that Canelo started going backwards. I know Bomac had a lot to do with that, but all the talk of Terence running, it was Canelo's team that was doing all the backing up there. So I was like, kind of interesting. I know Bomac's a big dude though, so if he kind of grabs a hold of you, you're probably gonna go back no matter who you are.
It's a lot of mass, and
Bro.
and you could tell he was worked up. He was ready. He was trying to calm things down, but he was also ready to turn up. And I think Bud's been like that the whole time too. Like, hey, if we're gonna keep cool, but I'm ready.
Yeah.
No, for sure, man. No, listen, man. I love the call, my brother. You got to keep calling in, man.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate you. I'll still be watching.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. That's what I'm talking about. The J Root theory, bro. Another family member here at the Hangout spot, man. I love it. I love it, man. Make sure you guys smash that like button and help us grow. Share the channel, man. We need more viewers, more callers. This is how we're going to be doing up. We got hella interviews lined up for the next couple of weeks, too, that we are trying to put on the calendar, man. Nothing but good things ahead of us here at the Hangout spot. We got Mo Brains with the $2. He said, what does Vega think about Canelo platform boots?
No comment.
bro. I was like, well, I think this was the first press conference, not today's. I was like, man, Canelo looks kind of tall now, bro. He didn't look that tall when they were in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with that?
It's fucking weird.
That is weird.
I hate most of these guys' fashion. He also wore shoes also with the big soles. Today it's just they were all black, so it wasn't as noticeable.
That's what I'm saying, man. But I think he wanted to be just a slightly bit taller. What do you think? What do you think, Vega?
Yeah, I mean, bro, he's short. Like, the thing is, what's the point? Like, dude, we've been seeing you fight guys 6'3", 6'2", 6'1", massive shoulders. Berlanga, 200 pounds. Big and buff. Colin Smith, 6'3", maybe 6. Some people he looks 6'4" next to Canelo. Caleb Plant, 6'1", 6'2", ripped up, chipped up. Like, what's the point?
But that just goes back to me, the way I read it, and maybe I'm overanalyzing it, but it goes back to what you said. It's the competitive edge, man. He knows how competitive Bud is. And now, this is a dude technically that's supposed to be smaller, moving up in weight class. So maybe I've got to feel a little bit or look a little bit bigger. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, man.
But
This time,
Charlo moved up 2 weight classes too. Like, what's the
true.
point? If anything, I want you to think that's an advantage. So I don't understand that perspective really. Like, I want you to think even like, oh, I'm moving up, but I'm still bigger. I'm still taller. Yeah, think that. So when you come at me, you're gonna run into my fist and you're gonna see why I'm the best at 168 and why you don't belong in there with me.
No doubt. You see, for a dude that says he doesn't care for this fight, you sound like, I don't know, man. You definitely gonna be into this fight. You bullshitting. I know you bullshitting.
I'm not bullshitting. Nah, bro. I'm not doing it. Listen,
Yeah, right.
Canelo, you know how
What
he
if
wants
I
to
invite you
prolong.
to come
Wait, wait,
over
wait,
here
wait,
and watch it
wait.
over here with me in the fight party? You ain't gonna
I'm
come and
not
watch it?
absolute. I'm not driving 2.5 hours to watch no goddamn Canelo.
You fucking lying. CJ Rich with the $5. He said, haven't seen the Raiders since they left Oakland. Had season tickets in the black hole. Tempted to check out stadium and mega fight driving distance. Do it, CJ, bro. It's the first fight ever in the stadium, bro. Make it happen, brother. Make it happen. I appreciate the donation and the $5, my brother. Again, smash that like button and share, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. H-Town, we trying you again, bro.
Yo, can you hear me, Johnny? So
Yeah,
got
now we can hear you.
feedback?
Really good.
Hey, man, Canelo and Floyd have always wore those high heel boots in every goddamn press conference and face off, man. It's they've always done that, man. That's nothing new. People are acting like this is new,
Mm.
and lifting weights has nothing to do with punch resistance or punch power, bro. Everybody talking about, oh, deadlift 600, he bench press, bro. In that case, CYP should have beat Akeem, bro. That has nothing to do with nothing, bro. They're picking up the most random crap. Oh, he was wrestling with Taurus. If you've never wrestled in your life, you can hold down someone bigger than you easily because you know technique. You know, it's crazy, man. We're talking about boxing, not wrestling, not lifting weights, boxing. The guy's never been knocked down. They say he got wobbled when he was 19 fighting a grown ass man. And according to Floyd, Floyd Senior, Floyd Scorpio Senior, his brain wasn't even developed then. He's still a boy. He's still a boy. So you're talking about a boy fighting a man, and this is what y'all go back to. Oh, what about, he got rocked that one time against Coto's brother. Hey, what about those 12 times Bud lost in the amateurs? Oh, we don't want to talk about that. Oh, that's the amateurs. That ain't same. Canelo's 15 fighting grown man, bro. He didn't go to the amateurs. Oh, what about the wear and tear? Hey, they got the same wear and tear, just in different senses. They're both older guys. Hopefully, we get the best out of each one. That's what we really need to be worrying about, that we don't show up and then there's two old guys in the ring. Because you never know, man. It happened to Caleb Plant the last fight. Time just caught up to him. All of a sudden, he was old. That's what happens to fighter. It just happens in the ring all of a sudden. All of a sudden, they're not them no more.
Don't speak that shit into existence, bro. At least let us get a decent scrap, bro. This is a fight, again, that realistically we didn't ask for. We all wanted Canelo and Benavidez, but at the end of the day, this is what we got. And, I'm excited about it. I mean, I have no choice but to be excited about it, but don't speak that shit into existence, man. If it's trash, oof, that's going to be bad.
I mean, I hope it's a great fight, too. I don't see many ways of Bud winning. The only way I see Bud winning is Bud not fighting like Bud and staying elusive, working his jab and keeping on his bike. But Bud's never fought like that, man. That's not Bud. He's got too much pride. You see it in these little face-offs. His pride is what's going to ruin him in this fight because he's going to want to trade with Canelo. And people keep forgetting, like, Spence wasn't dehydrated against him, man. He would have been in the goddamn weight class too long. He clearly had a hard time making the weight. And he went in there, and got whooped. It happens.
Yeah, you saw today when Canelo told Turkey about the small ring, man. Make sure you got a small ring. And Crawford said he ain't running, bro. He ain't running. He said, best believe that, bro. I ain't running. So I believe him, I
And so,
running at all.
Johnny, and you believe Floyd was going to go to toe-to-toe with every one of his opponents every time he said it, too.
Yeah, but that's different.
Preach.
But like you just said, Bud is ultra competitive, though, man. He's ultra competitive. So I really don't see I think he's going to try to fight Canelo. I really do. I think he's going to try to fight Canelo. Whether that's a wise move or not, I think that's going to be the strategy. I could be wrong, though.
If he tries to fight Canelo, I will respect Bud I respect him, period. But he'll just be another level of respect, knowing that he's going to go in there and actually try to do what nobody's done and walk down Canelo and knock him out. People saying they're going to knock him out, man. This is crazy talk. This is like people saying Devin was going to go toe-to-toe with Ryan. Look what happened. Look what happened. They're talking about, oh, no, he's going to knock him out. You see. Bro, those muscles don't mean nothing no matter how much you live, man. Punch resistance is something you're born with, man. And then when it's gone, it's gone. And Canelo's been showing he's got punch resistance, man. We've seen Terence wobbled, by lesser fighters, but hey, how's he going to take that Canelo shot? That's the question, man. We won't know till after round maybe 3, because I think the first 2 rounds they're going to just be, feeling each other out, staying away until they hear that first boo.
Good point. That first boo. For
Yeah,
real, man.
I want to see Canelo fight Bivol. That's the only fight I'm interested in, the rematch. After that, he could retire. I don't care about the Benavidez. Benavidez it's a weight bully, 6'3", 230 pounds. This guy's supposed to be a cruiserweight. It's ridiculous to me. And maybe when he was younger, I'd want to see it. I don't want to see it now. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I mean, I'll watch it, of course. It'll be interesting. I want to see Canelo fight another. I believe Callum Smith is 6'2", so this guy's even going to be bigger than him.
Yep.
But I mean, we always have to remember Canelo's a little guy. He's a 5'7" guy taking on the giants. Even Bud is bigger than him. Bud is 5'9". Not in the cowboy boots. Them give you about 2.5 inches.
I was about to say, not today.
Yeah, not in the cowboy boots. But
not today. Canelo grew 2 inches.
But I'll tell you this about my Mexican people, though. That shit's common in Mexicans. Every goddamn short Mexican I know wears in cowboy boots.
What's up?
Cowboy boots with the belt, man.
Yeah, with the belt, and there's then 2.5 inch cowboy boots. Every 5'7" Mexican is 5'9" with the boots on.
That's hilarious, bro.
I mean, I keep it real, man. I love my people, but I know what we do.
For sure.
I hear you, man.
I'm 6'1", so I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm one of them guys, the rare Mexicans. I'm a Texican, I guess.
Hey, bro, you're an exception to the rule, bro. 6'1".
Hey, but check it out. My neighborhood's crazy because the shortest Mexican in my neighborhood was 5'7", right? Growing up. My neighbor is 6'9" and 100% Mexican. My ex-brother-in-law 6'6", 100% Mexican. Everyone I grew up was 5'10" to 6 foot. We all played basketball. Everybody was in sports. Yeah, something in Texas, man. I used to always tell people everything bigger in Texas, even the Mexicans.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
So what did you think about the interaction, when they did get physical?
Man, I think it was genuine, but I think they hammed it up a little bit. They're both competitive. I think they both want to win. They both respect each other. That's already been proven. If you sit someone in a room with someone to eat with them, you respect them. So man, they're doing what they got to do to sell the fight.
Exactly. Nope, I agree, bro. I agree. I wanted to show a clip of that for those of you guys that didn't see it. We got CJ Rich is in the back room. Let's bring him in too to get his thoughts on it. But I want to show y'all real quick for those of you guys that did not see this. We're gonna show y'all. And this is from Netflix on YouTube. You gonna feel me now. Damn music. Let's cut that music off. But we get flagged here. Let's go. Come on, where they at? Oh, here it is.
Shit, Johnny, I wish lifting weights made you a better fighter. Shit, I was strong in a motherfucker when I was a kid, and my boy, we were the same height, but he was 155, I was 185. He'd beat the shit out of me.
See that
Look at Crawford.
pushback.
Look at Crawford. Look at Crawford pushing him
Boom,
back.
get off
Canelo
me.
pushes him back. Look at Bomac moving mountains there. Yeah, Bomac was definitely moving the crowd back, bro. Like you could tell he was intense though.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
Bomac's
man, he
not
was
playing.
ready.
Yeah, but I like Canelo. Check out the face off after, man. Like Canelo's face, man, was just
That
like,
intensity.
okay, that's how you want to play. I mean, Crawford's smiling, and I get it, and it's. But look at Canelo. Look at Canelo's face. There's just something not fake about this dude. Like this dude is like, okay, now it's on.
Now, in order for you to Canelo to want to fight you, you have to disrespect him, man. He's really big on this shit.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like how many times? Look at Bomac in the background. They still pushing and shoving, and this dude is still focused on Crawford.
Yeah. You know, he's a little short Mexican, man. You know, them dudes got a little short temper, man. Once you disrespect them.
So I'm telling you, man. I don't know, man. It's almost like that might have turned on a light switch, bro.
Hey,
that might have turned on a light switch, bro.
What are we gonna say if Canelo goes in there and he Brian Norman Jr. But
wow, okay.
What are we gonna say, bro?
That's a big if. Oh, is that H-Town? Salute. I'm about to tap in with my
Hey,
opinion.
what's up,
What
CJ?
up, Johnny?
Yeah,
How you
CJ's
doing?
in the check, bro. What's going on, CJ?
Y'all can hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can
You know
hear
what
you,
they're
bro.
gonna say? Steroids.
That's what they
I mean, it ain't. It's not
CJ.
like he hasn't popped before. But let me say this, H-Town. I thought Canelo was a caballero, but you riding hard, champ. So shout out to you.
Nah, man. Me talking the
I
truth
don't
is
see
not
it.
riding, bro.
Obviously, I
But
don't see it the way you see
reality
it.
is not in Bud Crawford fans' vocabulary. Buzz the Water Walker, you know. He dunked on Jordan.
I'm not sure I understand what you mean, but let me say this real quick. As a
He's trying
former
to
pro
say that-
wrestler, this shit is contrived. I know how to build a matchup. So yeah, I don't think it's genuine. I don't think it was genuine animosity, especially after seeing them on Pierce Morgan and how they interacted with each other side by side. But shit, I could be proven wrong, but that's my take on it. As far as the fight, I got Bud by decision, a narrow decision, like a 7-5. That's how I see it playing out. Everyone's like real hype on one or either side. Oh, Bud gonna stop him. Oh, Canelo, his chin never been cracked. It's over for him. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But I disagree with you about the weightlifting. I've lifted, I've been in I'm a little older now, but I've been in great shape and I wrestled for like 10 years. So I disagree. That strength is different. And even Shannon Briggs backed this up when he was on the Joe Rogan podcast. He said that, training with wrestlers got him strength in the clinches and it made a big difference in his boxing game. So I'm gonna take his word for it. I never been in the ring, not the boxing ring, been in the pro wrestling ring, but I never been in the boxing ring. But I think that's credible because Shannon Briggs been fighting for what, over 20 years, almost 30 years. So,
Yeah, but Bud
that's where
doesn't
I'm
play
at with
the
it.
clinch game. But Bud's not style not to clinch up and fight on the inside with you and try to do that dirty boxing. Devin does more clinching than
That's true.
anything.
But if it comes down to that, then he has that in his toolbox. You feel me? No, I agree.
Yeah,
It's not his
in,
style.
in
He was talking
regards to
about
the
Bud running and shit. You
angle.
acknowledged it. Running is not Bud's style, and neither is like heavily clinching. But he can do whatever. Like he has so many tools. He can do whatever he needs to do and adjust according to type of fight Canelo wants to bring. That's how I'm seeing it. But I'm not
Yeah, just
extreme on either
because you
side.
lift weights though doesn't mean like you can all of a sudden go from not punching to punching is really what H-Town was speaking about. Of course, if you're doing something to add wriggles to your game, sure, maybe like you said, on the clinch. But overall, it's not like, I'm a weightlifter, so that means I'm strong and I can punch and knock you out. No, it doesn't work that way.
No, it's different. It's a different type of strength, that fast twitch. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying because I'm more of an athlete than a weightlifter. So I feel what you're saying.
So nonetheless, you got Bud by decision, you said, right?
I do. Positive, yes. Yeah,
All
man.
right.
That's how I see it playing out. Just a chess match, and he got more tools, more like diversity to his game. And I see that being the X factor.
And you're not worried at all about punch resistance, right? I mean, getting hit, with a solid shot from a natural 168 pounder who's probably going to be about 180 pounds on fight night.
No,
That
I
doesn't
feel you.
concern
And that I'll acknowledge that is a concern. Like if I was his trainer going into the fight, I would definitely be cautious about that. But I think he has the movement to stay elusive, get in and out, and not take too many. He might get clipped like once or twice, but I don't think he's just going to stand in there and get beat up trying to go into a shootout like Wild Wild West. So yeah, but no, that's a valid point. Like I said, I'm not too extreme, but that's how I see it playing out.
Yeah, I mean that's what Lampley said when I had Lampley on. Lampley
Man.
said if he can fight in and out, get in.
Or yeah, I peeped that
Get out.
interview. Shout out to you. That was legendary. I know that was like a big feather in your cap. You know what I mean? As far as your growth and trying to get this platform going. So yeah, that was a great interview.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It was great. Glad you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, he said if he could get in and out, that he has a strong chance of winning. But again, man, we're talking about Bud Crawford here, man. I don't know, man. I may change my mind, from here to the fight. And in fact, I think somebody in the chat said the same thing. Well, first of all, we got Lord Mac and Cheese, the Dream with the $2. Appreciate you, my brother. He said Bud in 12 round unanimous decision. What up, Johnny? So he does agree with CJ. Even though CJ, I believe CJ said what, close decision or split decision or something like that.
Yeah, 7-5. No, unanimous 7-5.
Unanimous 7-5. Okay, and then we got Polo Buck, my brother Polo Buck with the $5. He said today I got Bud by decision. Tomorrow I got Canelo by unanimous. Stilettos. I don't know, Johnny. I'm tired, bro. That's what's up. So I don't know, man. Like I said, there's one press conference left, though, right? I think there's a Vegas press conference. Is it tomorrow or Tuesday?
Yeah, a couple
I
of
thought it
days.
was LA. Is it LA or Vegas? I mean, Vegas makes more sense, but I just heard it was LA.
Yeah, I believe it's in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna look it up, and I believe it's either tomorrow or Tuesday, and then they wrap it up. But yeah, man, it'd be interesting to see what happens in the next one. I don't know. Like I said, I like today's energy. I don't think it was fake. CJ, you said you think it was fabricated, like it was they kind of played that out.
Excuse me. Well, let me say this again from a pro wrestling standpoint. I think they had a plan. Like, okay, we're gonna get a little action. We're gonna a little heat on this fight because they probably heard the I don't want to say backlash, but the reaction that internet boxing fans had to the Pierce Morgan interview. So we got to hype this up a little more. So I think the initially, yeah, that was contrived, the push. But then I mean, I'll give you credit. It does look like Canelo, like I don't know, a switch might have flipped. Like he got hype about it after perceived disrespect. So yeah, but I think it was planned overall, but then it might have gotten to something real later on, in my opinion.
Hey, Vega.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Isam.
Vega, what are the chances we fall into that counter puncher versus counter punch fight where they're just waiting on each other?
I mean, I think it's
I hope not.
an actual possibility for sure. You can see Bud going over there, I'm saying, backhand wall block turning, looking to, using the face of the front hand. Canelo, dipping, doing head movement with nothing coming. I think it's an absolute possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if it turns into a shit fight. RIP Tyrese Halliburton, man, just went non-contact, crying on the ground first quarter in the NBA Finals.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You know what? Let's keep the live
Wow.
score going on. What is it? 18-16 right now?
Johnny.
Yeah, but Pacers are cooked though. If no highlight, like I said, non-contact and tears, punch in the ground.
Oh,
and it'll be a great story if they could still pull it off without him. But I feel you, that's the most likely outcome.
No, they won a game without him already. He didn't do shit, and I think it was it game 4 or 3. He only had like he was like 2 for 14 or something.
And nobody can be
man,
on every game,
his
but
presence,
overall he's pretty consistent.
He was already hurt with like a calf or something like that, calf injury.
Oh, I see.
So what does it look like? Does it look like an ACL or an Achilles? Because that's usually the case.
I think
One
it's
of
like
the two.
if you ask me, it looked like an Achilles the way it happened. Straight push off the ground. But I wanted to say this though. I think the biggest thing I think people are forgetting and why I have concerns about Bud being able to last 12 rounds if Canelo is actually in there trying to engage and trying to win is he doesn't just hit you in the face or he hits you on the arms, you know what I'm saying, your biceps, your triceps,
The hip.
your chest. And that's going to be the hip, the
Good point.
kidneys. I mean, ask what's his name, Caleb Plant. I mean, that's how Resendez beat him. A lot of punches to the kidney, and then landing hooks to the top. Yeah, that's going to be very tough. That's not something that you're like. How are you going to spar and get ready for that type of contact? And Canelo, he's a great puncher, very solid puncher. So that is something that you have to watch out for.
Yo, that's an excellent point, Vega. But let me say this. I think the key might be Crawford going to the body, like everyone acknowledged. He only like really moves his head. He's not elusive like that. So be patient, beat up the body, and break him down over the course of 12 rounds. Bars.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was good. Mo Brains comes in with the $5. Appreciate you, brother. He said fighters age overnight. If these two guys have eroded enough, this could very well be a very brutal fight. Do you foresee something like that happening? That this is one of those fights where these guys are just going to go at it because they're ultra competitive, and one of them is going to want to knock the other guy out.
No, these guys are experienced veterans. I mean, I think it was H-Town that said it. I could see it very well breaking down into a counter-punching type of deal where both fighters are looking to be smarter than the other and not take too many risks. I say that's more likely than a slugfest.
Now, I want to throw this in there again. Do you guys think that? And again, this is a great discussion in the panel. I appreciate y'all. Great debate. Good back and forth, man. Do you guys foresee maybe the what do they have, that KO bonus? Does that change the dynamics of this, where one of those guys? Now, Dana White did say earlier today we don't have how much the bonus is going to be, but he did allude that it was going to be six figures. So if I had to guess, I would probably say $500,000, maybe 500,000. That's just me. Again, this is just a guess. Does that play into the equation where one of them pushes, for the knockout?
Absolutely not. These guys are making 8, possibly 9 figures. A 6-figure bonus. I don't think that's gonna be implemented to their game plan or their effort into finishing the other. If it happens, it happens. It's not worth it to lose for over $500,000
Word. Good perspective, Vega. I totally agree.
or less.
Yeah, I don't know how much it's going to be. I think if I'm not mistaken, he did say 6 figures. Let me check that out. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Let's put a clip on that because I see the Ring Magazine has it up on IG. Make sure you
Now,
guys
if he
smash
put an
that
extra
like
10
button.
mil on it, maybe, but not for 6 figures. I agree.
For real. Hold on a second. Let me share my screen.
Performance bonus that night is going to be over 6 figures. We're still talking about it. So, yeah, it's going to be a big number. Whoever wins the performance bonus of the night that night. Performance bonus that night is going to.
All right, so over 6 figures, but they didn't say exactly how much.
Well, you hear that, Johnny. Listen to the nuance. He didn't necessarily, and I used to watch UFC a lot, but he said performance of the night, not necessarily a KO,
Okay,
but the best
yeah.
performance.
So
Word.
the best performance. Okay, I got you. Yeah, you're right. So that means regardless, any fighter that outperforms anybody else, or basically the MVP of the night is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it.
All right. I got it. Let's look at another clip while we're on here. What's this one? This is Crawford talking about I'm going to hunt.
He's one of the great fighters in the last years. Obviously, he's a great fighter. That's why champion. And my brother Turki Alashi asking so much for this fight, so we are here. And I think it's a good fight for the fans.
I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm hunting him. That's it. I'm hunting everything that he got, and I'm gonna take it come September 13th.
He's.
You see, before this, and again, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, to me, Canelo before that whole push and shove thing was more like, I'm just gonna take this fight. Turkey wants it. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna do my thing. And it's almost like after that shove, maybe it got a little bit more intense for him. You guys think I'm overreaching here? Maybe it's because I want to see a much more intense rivalry type of fight. What do you guys think?
No, that backs up what I was saying earlier. That maybe if switch flipped in Canelo's head when he was like, "Man, fuck this, this dude coming up from a lighter weight trying to disrespect me after all I've done in the sport." So I feel you. I will say this though, like Johnny, you got life experience like I do. When the dude that's like kind of laughing and not giving a fuck but still aggressive, that's the dude with more confidence, not the dude that gets in his feelings. And that can be a hindrance. It can sometimes make you tight, like you care too much about it. Or the other dude is just like, I know I can whoop his ass and I'm not even tripping. And that's how I saw the body language and what they were doing in the press conference.
For sure. I didn't see this one, though. This is Canelo reacts to Crawford shoving.
Canelo, what did you think about the shove, that moment that happened on stage?
Oh, I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more excited.
Love it.
I'm gonna train so far.
We're on you.
Canelo, what did you think about?
He said he's gonna train so hard.
There you go. There you go. We said he's more excited. He's more hyped for the fight. So yeah, that backs up what I was saying. I don't know if that was I hate to even bring him up, but we cool now. Sound like Alberto was interviewing him, but shout out Alberto.
Y'all cool now?
It ain't no animosity. I'll say that. We ain't best friends, but yeah, it ain't no. Yeah, we hashed it out, like I said, and that's all I ever wanted.
That's good, man. That's what I'm talking about. Good, man. Move on beyond that, man. You guys we all family, bro. We all family. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe, man, to the channel. Share. We had a new caller early on, man. Great call, and I see him in the chat as well. Appreciate you. We got to continue to get more family members here at the Hangout spot. So as the more subscribers, the more viewers, the more we grow. Next week we got some good interviews lined up, but this week, we got this going on, and then we got the press conference. I didn't check to see what day the other one is on. I think it's either tomorrow or Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's the 27th.
Which is
so
it's later on this week? It's later on this week? I thought it was tomorrow. You sure, Vega?
Hold on. Yeah, 27th.
Let's check that out. Anybody in the chat? Oh, it's the 27th. Okay. All right, that's what's up. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to see what happens there. I'm just looking for more to draw me in here. For more to draw me in, but I'm drawn in.
Let me ask you this, Johnny. Is this the fight you're anticipating the most? Like, as far as we got on the calendar right now, you looking forward to this one the most? And if not, what other fight? For me, this is it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight, but as a card, I'm looking forward to the July 12th card, the one in New York City. That's the card that I'm looking forward to.
Word.
They got Edgar Shiraz, Shakur and Zepeda. I'm interested in Puello and Matias. I'm interested in
that's the fight. Yeah, that's for a pure boxing fan. That's the one I want to see.
Absolutely, man. I pinned the link to the chat for you guys to call in, man. We're taking callers, man. Jump on in, man. If you guys want to voice your opinion on this fight, press conference, how you feel it went down. Do you feel that this little push and shove thing, hyped up Canelo? How do you feel about, was this staged? Do you feel that it was just Bud being ultra competitive, trying to get that mental edge? What do you guys feel, man? Call in and let us know, man. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, I liked it. I'm trying to look for some more footage because there was a lot of shit that went down in this press conference. Give me 1 second. You guys can chat it up for a second while I look at this.
Yeah, I'm more excited about.
No problem. We'll hold it down. Go ahead, Vega.
Steve Claggett and Jermaine Ortiz than Canelo versus Bud
right.
Crawford.
That was just announced. That's going down in Florida. You coming down for that, Vega?
No, absolutely not.
Yo, Vega, what's your what's your contention? What's your problem with this fight? You don't seem very excited about it. I'm just curious.
There's nothing that excites me about it. Yeah, there's nothing there. What is exciting about it? A guy jumping up 2 weight classes against a guy that's been cruising, just getting his bank account. Congrats to them
Well, he
personally
ain't
for making
cruising no
money.
more, and that's how we used to do it in the '80s. I mean, Sugar Ray moved up and up and up. That's how we. You know what I mean? Before there was this in between weight classes, that was just a one weight class jump, like 14 pounds or whatever the fuck. So I don't I don't get why people aren't buying into this because it's gonna
Those weight
be
classes existed in the 80s. Yeah, that's incorrect. 54
well,
existed.
you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying though. Yes, but Sugar Ray still moved up. Okay, so let's say the '70s, it was spaced out a little more. But no, I feel you. But no one said Sugar Ray can't beat Marvin Hagler because he came from a lighter weight. You feel me?
Well, they did say that until you proved them wrong.
Hagler won
And
that fight,
and
but
and don't forget,
okay.
they changed. If I'm not mistaken, then they changed they changed the rounds for him, stuff like that. There was a lot of contingencies. So, that's the stuff that people forget. We talk about how great these fighters are, and then we forget about all this, how they basically A-side everything. Oh,
Like I
Canelo fought
said, I
Kovalev.
think
Great,
Hagler won the
great
fight. So yeah, it was
feature.
definitely some politics involved, but it wasn't like it was
Yeah, yeah, it's
just no
bullshit.
one no one
But
looked at it as
why should we
ridiculous
praise
that he
him?
was
It
jumping
is
up. You feel
ridiculous.
me?
No, they did.
People
They did. They thought it was dangerous. They thought he was going to get hurt. And that's why you put all those things in place. Chris Eubank versus Conor Benn, rehydration clause. It's ridiculous.
hey, to each their own. I see it differently, but I respect at least you had some merit behind your point, but I just disagree.
Yeah, this wasn't a fight that we were clamoring for. Like, man, I want to see him move up. When Canelo moved up to 175, nobody wanted him to do that. People were. He said he wanted the undisputed division. Andre had the last belt. Allegedly, they tried to make the fight, and then they pivoted out of nowhere and got Kovalev paid and got him, on like a 9-week turnaround after a 10-11 round war with Anthony Yard.
Word, yeah, he was definitely at a disadvantage. I agree with you there. Who said they wanted to see a Bivol rematch? That's bullshit because he just got outclassed. I don't understand. Outclassed by a bigger dude, and he had no chance, in my opinion. Yeah, he was trying to hammer the arms, but Bivol was just so steady with that 1-2 at the perfect distance and just engaging as much as he needed to.
Yeah, like it worked against Column. Allegedly, Column, because of the UK COVID rules, he couldn't train as he normally could in the UK because of so many hours restrictions, and also how many people could be in the building. So he wasn't as in shape, and also I think there was a rumor saying maybe he had like a little bit of an injury in his arm, and
Hmm.
Canelo knew about it. I don't know if that's exactly true or not, but that's why he targeted the left shoulder specifically to
Damn,
stop
that's
him from being able to use the jab.
he had the intel. Okay, I feel you. Hey, I hope none of y'all got that vaccine. I know I didn't, but that's in the past.
Let me play a clip here. This is Max Kellerman talking to Canelo about how he feels how he feels Crawford is going to fight him.
And these grown men would come at you and you'd box the hell out of them and knock them out. But recently, the last bunch of years, guys have been running from you and you've had to chase them. What are you prepared to do against Terence Crawford? How do you think he's going to fight you?
Everything. I don't know. I don't know what fight he's gonna make, but I'm gonna prepare myself for every style he brings. I hope he brings a good style to make a good fight for the people. That's what I want. If not, I'm gonna do my best to win in every way.
You hear when he says make a good fight for the people, Terence. He's saying he hopes you don't run. And Turkey has a knockout bonus in this fight.
Shout out to Mac.
And there seems to be something out there like the way for you to win this fight is to move. Is that true?
Listen.
Turkey, you need to put a small ring. The smaller ring in the...
Hey, Matt.
Hell no.
Matt. Yeah. The only running that I'm going to be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head, too.
You see what I'm saying? How calm and relaxed he is, just talking that shit. He's not, in his feelings. So
He
yeah,
was
that's how I
talking
see
that
it.
shit
That
relaxed,
was
but
funny.
that was good. That was good. That was good.
No, it was a little telling that Canelo said he doesn't know what type of fight. I mean, maybe he's just not trying to give away the game plan, but on the surface, you don't know what type of fight Crawford is going to bring. So yeah, there you have it.
Well, I mean, you're coming off you're coming off a fight against William Skull, who you
Word.
had to chase down, so I get it. A guy is moving up 2 weight classes, so I guess if you're Canelo, you're thinking that he's not going to want to fight you in the center of the ring. He's
This ain't Charlo, champ. This ain't Charlo, who's never shown that side. I don't see it in him. I can see when I see a special fighter, I know him. I'm 41. I've been seeing it. When I saw Tyson, special. When I saw Roy Jones Jr., special. You feel me? And I get that same type of vibe.
I love it, bro. I love it. I love it. Let's bring Mikhail B to the panel. What's going on, my brother?
What's up with it, bro?
What's
good?
up? What's up? What's going on? We got some good conversation going on, brother. What you got? What you got? How you feel about today? More importantly, this fight. Again, it's early. What do you see?
Man, I'm excited, man. I've been all over the place. I've been in like 3 cities in the last 24 hours. So it's like I was catching it as I was catching it and stuff. So I had to go back and rewatch it. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I heard CJ say it earlier, and I definitely believe it was a little scripted in the beginning. But Canelo got this like little complex where he feel like he royalty. He feel like he real life boxing royalty in the flesh, right? And everybody's supposed to like come with a certain like candor when they deal with him. You've seen it with the Berlanga fight. You've seen it with Caleb Plant. Even though Caleb Plant came in with a little bit more animosity from the beginning, from the jump, but he always took issue when he felt like people didn't show the right amount of respect for his regality. Like, man, dude, we get it. You definitely a Hall of Famer. You definitely one of the greats, but so is Bud. So Bud coming in there with that same like, you know what? I'm gonna push, dude. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was scripted to a point, but then he got, as Bud kept pushing into his face, he got a little salty. Was like, what you doing, man? This ain't a part of the script. You was supposed to have an intense stare down, and now you keep pushing into my space. But you gotta really. I don't think people really follow Bud's career like that. If you really follow Bud, Bud's pretty stoic for the most part. But when you know when Bud is interested, or when Bud likes if somebody kind of tries to challenge him a little bit, you see that smile will come out. It's just something, the smile will come out, or he'll stick out the tongue. It's a little face that he make. And when seeing that smile on that stage, man, I really believe something that I heard months and months ago was Bud told Sean Porter. Sean Porter was on his podcast, and Bud wasn't there, but he was basically recalling a conversation that he had with him as the Canelo fight was being announced and stuff. And he was like, man, Bud told me personally he don't go for it. Like, he going for it. Like, he's not there to just get a check. Like, he about to go try to be great. He about to really try to go be Canelo. And so seeing that smile on his face on that stage, and I think that's where his mind's really at. Like, man, this is my opportunity to be great in this sport. And I'm not just about to, I'm not about to try. I'm about to take it. I'm Bud Crawford. He hasn't been beat. He hasn't lost. He hasn't felt that as a professional. So I don't know, man. It's definitely making the fight more interesting.
I feel you, Mikhail, and you're a fighter yourself, so you get that same type of vibe. Like when you smile at a motherfucker, you're like, I know I could take you. I know I'm better than you. Is that the sense you get?
Yeah, I mean, different people express themselves in different ways. I am a little bit similar to Bud. Like, if we sparring or we in the middle of the fight, you catch me with a good shot, I'm probably gonna give you a little smile. Cause I like that. Okay, cool. You gonna try to hurt me? Cool. Now it's my turn. Now I'm gonna try to hurt you. Let's see what you do when I try to hurt you. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, that's just my mentality or whatever. So I think Bud has a similar mentality. We come from like similar places and similar backgrounds. So it's like I understand that, because that's the mentality you gotta have. You tough. Oh, you tough. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not something I'm gonna shy away from. And I think that Canelo is used to bullying guys.
Mm.
Bud's
Yeah,
not a
that
guy
intimidation factor.
Bud's not a guy you gonna bully. Like Bud is the bully. You know what I'm saying? Like this what I'm into. So it's gonna make for a good fight. It's gonna make for a good fight. And I think that also we kind of seen Canelo on a decline. Just in his age, not really in his skill. And then I feel like just in the last couple of fights we've seen Canelo do enough to win. Enough to get the victory. I feel like he could have closed the show with Belonga, and I feel like he could have closed the show with Charlo. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we seen him do it like, man, I got you. I did enough. I'm gonna walk out here with the victory. And I think that is what Bud seen in accepting his fights. You remember a couple years ago, Bud went on this fight. I'm gonna go up there and fight Canelo for what? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Bud felt like he really had a chance. I mean, because that's the thing. Like, when you know you great where you at, or you know you good where you at, like, there's certain guys in the gym right now. Hey, let's spar for what? You 168 pounds, you 175 pounds. What we gonna spar for? What you gonna prove? You could beat me up? Good job. Like, what am I getting from that? You know what I'm saying? So I think that was his attitude towards the fight originally. But then when he saw, like, man, he might be missing his killer instinct, I might gotta change.
You said it perfectly. That's the phrase I was going to use. He lost his killer instinct, doing just enough to. Well, I know I got the judges, and this dude ain't trying to really engage. You don't pose a real challenge, so I'm gonna just cruise to the victory. I feel you completely.
Only question is, we seen today, did he wake that killer instinct up? You know what I'm saying? I feel like they can bring the best out in each other.
Let me tell you something, bro. We've seen this movie before, guys. We've seen this movie when dudes start talking spicy during a press conference, bro. Yeah. Happened to Billy Joe. It happened to Caleb Plant. Yeah. Let me know how that worked out. Again, I'm not saying that this is going to be the same. It's just something to think about. But one question I want to ask both of you guys. It looks like you guys are picking Bud to win this fight. Does
That's
the
magic part? I'm not.
You're not. You sounded like you were.
No, I'm rooting for Bud. I got Canelo winning by decision.
I got you. So, CJ or anybody for that matter, guys, if you guys want to call in, I pinned the link to the chat. Call in, man. Voice your opinion. Does the Madrimov fight play any part in this? Like, you guys, the guys that are rooting for Bud, you don't think anything on that Madrimov fight? You just think, does that play into your decision at all? Like that performance?
Negative. I'm gonna say it like this. Canelo cannot emulate that style. You don't got what I call tricky dance moves. You don't got the footwork and the counter, not countering, but you know what I'm saying, the movement. Basically, he's flat-footed. So no, I don't see that he could apply anything from the Madrimov fight to his engagement with Crawford. So I don't weigh that in at all. Hey, shout out to Madrimov though. It was a close fight. I had Bud 7-5, but he did his thing. But no, Canelo cannot do that.
Big, I need your opinion on that.
Go ahead, Vega.
Yeah, I just think there's two different styles. Madrimov, he's not gonna use his physicality. Like you said, he's gonna use more of like his footwork and his feints to set you up for shots. So and you saw Bud just try to take away basically the front hand. Just he was living with the right hand and taking away the front hand. With Canelo, Canelo's gonna be more stalking, and like I said, Canelo's gonna hit you everywhere. It's just two different styles, so I don't think you can really take too much from that.
For me, same thing as those guys. I don't think you take too much from it, but if there's anything that I do take from it, it is that in the later rounds we kind of watch Bud have to just go be Bud, which is walk through punches and kind of get on his front foot and walk you down and tough you out. And that's how I feel like he was able to close the show and kind of press out a victory. He can't do that against Canelo. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a different weight class. Canelo it's not just Canelo is big. It's a bigger weight class. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't see. Yeah, Bud is big enough to fight in the weight class, but punch resistance is a real thing. And when you go up weight classes or you face different weight classes, and the punches feel different. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I've been in there and did it at different weight classes, and there's a reason why I fight at 132 right now. The reason why I fight at 135. That's my best weight class, not just as far as me delivering the power, but me taking the punches. When I try to tip towards 147, it didn't work out like that. Not that I couldn't take the punches, it just wasn't as comfortable and I didn't do as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it may not be a thing of Bud just getting clipped and getting knocked out, but he may be the punches at 168 may make him uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Where it makes you think twice, like I don't want to go in there and take another couple of them because I don't know how it's gonna work out. So it's just like for me, it doesn't like if he has to close the show like that, if he has to just go be Bud, that's why I have Canelo winning by decision. I don't know if he can just turn that on and just walk Canelo down because that's how he's won a lot of his fights. A lot of his fights have come down to him just gritting it out, walking a guy down and power punching and being in that southpaw stance. And I just don't know if he can do that with Canelo.
Larissa said, "I can see, I can picture Canelo gassing out and getting countered all night."
I don't. Later rounds, maybe.
Yeah, man. Somebody said you in your feelings, CJ.
Robert is one of my haters. Hey, shout out to you. I need that motion. Yeah. All publicity is good publicity.
What was that? All say that again. All publicity is good publicity. That's what you said.
Oh yeah. My fault. Yeah. That's a fact. I just got to get my name out there. You know, I'm starting the channel, not to self promote, but I'm starting my own shit soon. I'm gonna still support you, and any of y'all welcome up. But yeah, I'm just trying to have motion.
Dope, man. That's what's up, man.
CJ.
Know, we could definitely support, man, for sure. You know,
that's one.
Go ahead.
That's one thing I can attest is my big bro Johnny is not no hater, bro. He supports the community, supports whatever you guys are doing, fighting channels, whatever you guys are doing. This guy's been supporting me through everything.
That's what's up.
Stay Wavy TV said I picked Canelo winning this fight easily, but after the press conference, I'm switching to Bud. I got no horse in this race. Why? Why would? So Wavy, why are you switching to Bud because of a shove?
Jesus Christ.
Like I need you to get specific in the chat or call in or something. Like, really? Obviously, did y'all get a chance to see Two Tones live today?
No.
Oh my God.
I didn't catch it.
Because Crawford pushed him back.
Crawford didn't even push him.
No, you didn't see the aura? You didn't see it?
Oh, the aura pushed him.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't say that, but I mean, like you said, he didn't put hands on him. How else could he have pushed him?
He aura pushed him. I feel it though. Yeah, did it. I feel it though.
I gotta find that. He put
pushed by
on
too?
Twitter. On Twitter, he put something on Twitter.
You was driving from city to city. You just felt that aura push you off the road.
That's what it. Something told me. I looked at YouTube and that's what it was. It was the aura push that called me to YouTube. Like, let me see what Bud is doing. I felt it.
Mm-hmm.
This is Two Tones Twitter, bro. He put this up after his live.
Lord.
The Hatrix.
Musty energy.
Terence Bud Crawford officially big dogs Saul Canelo Alvarez. I have never seen Saul Canelo Alvarez walked down going backwards. Can Canelo fight going backwards? The first Triple G fight, a lot of people felt that Canelo lost that fight. There's an argument out there.
Oh.
Terence Bud Crawford, we know the man is strong. Manhandled Earl the True Spence. Shannon Sharp couldn't even take him down. Bud Crawford is a known wrestler. Looks like he's stronger than Canelo. Then Canelo gives him a zesty push, then a melee ensues. If I'm a Canelo fan, I'm in shambles right now. I'm in fear and I am in complete shambles. This is looking like this is different, bro. This is different. Y'all got to explain this to me. Is Bud Crawford stronger than Canelo? Bud Crawford won the second press conference. I say that respectfully, and that's the Chilla Killer.
The hatred.
Man, he out of control.
Shout out
Yeah,
to my
he's an
brother.
antagonist. He likes to get people riled up. I mean,
Oh my God.
I understand his approach. I disagree, but that is what it is,
Major
champ.
fucking cap, bro. And I was commenting on that shit while he was on the show. I was like, really? You over exaggerating over that shit? But that's tone, bro. Must see TV, man. Must see TV. How you guys feel about that? Obviously, listen, for those that care about who wins press conferences, I mean, I guess you could say Bud
Can't
won
win
it.
no press conference.
I'm glad you spoke on that. That was my main point. I hate that terminology of who won the press conference. What the fuck? That ain't a fight. What the fuck? How could you win a press conference?
No, I
Now,
agree. What does it even matter?
I think if you want to say somebody won that press conference, they both won. Because guess what? As I was scrolling and getting back to Johnny's channel, right? Guess what everybody's covering right now? Everybody in the YouTube world, everybody in the boxing world. Guess what everybody's talking about right now? So they both won. You know what I'm saying? This was perfect. But this is what this fight needed, because up until this, everything has been very respectful.
It was flat.
Very business-like. We're above promoting a fight because we're too big. We're above, animosity. We're just gonna go in here. It's been all good nods and good stare offs and nothing going on. That's
the vibe you got from it, Macau. I thought it was just like maturity. That's how I took it at first, because I was already looking forward to the fight on a technical level. So I was like, okay, I'm not really tripping.
Because
you think
as hardcore fans, we already know what's going on, and they know what's going on. And as a fighter, and you an athlete, you've competed. Why do I need to waste my energy? Like, we're gonna fight. Like, I don't need to waste my energy for it. But at the end of the day, guess what? They want this to be a huge event. They need to sell this event, and they need to sell this event to casuals.
That's what I think is more like it. I agree. It's more about the sell. Again, now you're fighting in a stadium, 60,000 people. I'm sure Turkey is a competitive enough guy to be able to say, I want to outdo Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, and we saw what that did. For the ratings on Netflix. God, I don't know, over 60 million households. I don't know. They even broke Netflix at one point. My shit, everybody's shit, I think, buffered or stalled at some point during that whole.
Everyone was talking about that. Let me say this real quick. I was like talking to female bartenders. They were like, yeah, I watched the Tyson. They were more excited about the Serrano Taylor, as they should be. But yeah, everyone watched that shit. Everyone.
Absolutely. And Dodge J, appreciate the comment. Thanks for checking in. He said at the presser, it's more who won the mental battle. I agree. And in this particular case, it's hard. I don't think either one of them will win that. These dudes are too high level. You're talking about two of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound. Bud Crawford, Canelo. It's not. I don't know. I don't think it was about who won the mental or who's trying to win the mental battle. They can try. I just don't think it's gonna play a part in either one of their psyche. I think it's more about selling the fight, if anything else. That's what it's all about. Tassie Devil said, I like Tone, but he is full of shit sometimes. I love Tone, but sometimes.
But
said,
like I said, that's just his content strategy. I ain't mad at him, but it's not for me.
That's what I'm about to say. It's a place for Tone's brand of entertainment. And that's what we need though. And that's what we need though at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like this certain podcaster I don't really care for their opinions and their brand of entertainment, but at the end of the day, they stoke the fires. You know what I'm saying? Not to say Tone's like Tone is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tone is real live entertaining. He's an entertainer. He's real live entertaining. But so some of these guys are just kind of rage baiting and just trying to, you know what I mean? And that's what they do. But that's cool because they stoke the fires and they keep people interested in this sport. And if that's your angle, that's your angle. And it's the same way with this press conference. Was it necessary for us as hardcore fans of boxing? No, we're gonna watch the fight regardless. All you needed to give us was Canelo is fighting Bud Crawford. We're there. What time? When do we need to show up? We're there. But for other people, they need a storyline, they need interest, they need a reason. And that was the beauty of, remember HBO boxing, how they would, if you watched any of them old HBO boxing specials, it was a boxing
talking all
special.
access?
Yes, it was a boxing special. Before the fights even started, they gave you an hour, 2 hours behind the scenes with the fighters, Jim talking and them going, and he would go back and they would show film and footage, and he would talk about the fighter's life, and all of that was to sell the person that doesn't know anything about the fight for real, and give them a perspective of where these two guys are coming from and what they have and the animosity that's been built and what they're fighting for. And he's got a family and and he just lost this. And I mean, and all of that builds for good TV, for good drama. And that's what we need right now in boxing. These are the two biggest stars. And that's what we need. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be should be the biggest fight of the year. And it's got to be
I feel what you're saying. Now that I take a step back, definitely all these different voices are needed. The casual, like people that appeal to casuals more, I should say. Yeah, because that's how you go the sport. So okay, I can understand that.
Yeah, it's got to be built for sure.
Cool Breeze nailed it. Tony's good as what at what he do. He's must see TV. I say it all the time. You know, he's comedy. You know what's funny about Tony? He's gonna flip flop at least about another 15, 20 times before the fight.
Hell no. Yeah, anything, whatever side the momentum is on. You got it, Johnny. You understand.
He's gonna go with the hot opinion, the hot take.
Because I remember him. And I brought it up on the Boxing Voice one time when I was on the panel with him, and they were talking about Canelo and Bud and how Bud is gonna do this and Bud is gonna do that. I was like, bro, you the same dude after the Madrimon fight that said, Bud, need to stay away from Canelo. No way, blah, blah, blah. Now all of a sudden you fast forward to this performance, and now Canelo shouldn't take that fight with Bud, or I'm sorry, that Canelo's gonna get watched by Bud. Come on, man. Let's keep it real, bro. Stock Chasers is in the building. What's going on, my brother?
Chasers.
Yeah, Stock Chasers.
Yo,
bro.
Stock Chasers, you stole me a t-shirt. I'm coming for it.
Which t-shirt? Oh, he won the raffle?
The one he won off of you in the raffle. That was mine. It's supposed to be mine.
Yeah.
No, CJ be on the raffles.
Yo,
I love the raffles. I never won one myself. Hey, shout out to Yayan for the Tyson glove, but I never legit won one. But I'm gonna keep trying.
And CJ be putting in mad coin for them raffles too, man.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
That's the Marco raffles, bro. I mean, he be putting up mad coin. Shout out to all of y'all. Speaking of t-shirts, I've had a lot of people ask me about t-shirts, so I am now selling them on my millions.co site.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. If you guys want to support the channel, support me, again, get yourself a Hangout Spot t-shirt. As you can see, I got different, obviously all sizes from extra small all the way to 5X. You got like 8 different colors to choose from. And we also got hoodies as well. You get a t-shirt for under $30, a hoodie for under $50. All sizes from small to 5X, I'm sorry. And we also have male and female sizes on both the hoodies and the t-shirts, man. So definitely go check out, my page. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So if you guys want to cop a t-shirt or a hoodie, make sure you do that. I'm gonna put that in here as well. For those of you guys that have not subscribed to the channel, shame on you, but tell a friend to subscribe to the Hangout Spot. Smash that like button. We are here live and direct.
Man, y'all better subscribe.
And we got my man CJ Rich on the panel. We talking about this Bud and Canelo presser today, which finally got me a little bit hyped up for this. Well, a lot hyped up for this fight, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Because I do want I didn't like a couple days ago when I saw the whole post with them eating dinner together. I was like, yo, this is not good.
You ain't like that?
I don't like it. Like, I mean, they sitting down, breaking bread, having dinner. Like, these dudes are supposed to be getting ready for a mega fight against each other. And these dudes are having dinner. Like, and I understand the whole Turkey dynamic, right? If Turkey say, I'm paying you all this money and we having a dinner together and we gonna take pictures and you can do it. I mean, we saw Bud Crawford hold the guy, hold his hand, for God's sake, right? They made a big deal out of that. So, but still, for me, prize fighting is prize fighting, right? It's about you can show each other respect after the fight, but before the fight, I like a little animosity. So I wasn't crazy about that. But then after these 2 press conferences, the first one was like, okay, a little bit of trash talk. I'm gonna beat you. You're not beating me. This is a different level. I get it, but at least with the pushing and shoving thing, I was it brought me in a little bit. So,
Yo,
and
Johnny, what are the chances you hop out here to Vegas?
there's
That's what I'm hoping.
there's actually a good chance for that I come out for that
Hey,
fight.
if I'm there, I'm gonna see you.
Yeah, there's actually a good chance. I think if I'm not mistaken, is Ness doing an appreciation something that weekend?
I believe so. There's something they
think
was
so,
talking
right?
about. I gotta get back up to date on everything. Hey, stock chasers, man, listen. When I get on my unguarded, man, I'm gonna tell y'all a little peek behind the curtain what a brother been going through. But I'm gonna give it all to y'all, man. It's been a wild
When's your
ride.
unguarded, bro? When's your unguarded?
I don't know.
Did you
I
get
got
a
a schedule. Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
get a schedule. I'm behind on everything. It's been
Yeah,
a
I know you
wild
were a
couple
little bit.
weeks, man. It's been a wild
You were
couple
a little bit
weeks.
out of the element. You were.
Hey,
You weren't
McCall, come on, man. Say out the streets. You got a lot of potential. I know. I can see you, intelligent brother. You moving in the right direction, but just calm down a little bit. I've been there.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I agree, bro. You got a lot going for yourself, bro. Stay focused, my brother. Larissa said, I'm more hyped to see Max call the fight. Yeah, I'm hyped about that, man. That was a pleasant surprise, Max Kellerman. I gotta be honest, man. I'm not trying to hate on anybody, but I don't like that dude that hosted the first press conference. Todd Grisham, one guy. His
Not my
questions are straight ass, bro.
not
Straight
my
up.
cup of tea. Not my cup of tea.
Nah, I don't really like his questions. I think his questions are stupid, especially when he asks Bud about, oh, if this was a street fight, you guys are talking about street. Like, bro, this is not a street fight. Like, even I think Canelo was like, this ain't a street fight. This is a fight. Like, it's just his questions, and this isn't the first time. Remember, Bill, that was the one that Bill Haney
He went crazy.
Went ham on that
Bill
time after that Devin shit. Remember that, y'all? When
Bill went crazy on you.
May 2nd press conference and shit with Ryan and Dev and supposedly Bill cursed him. Yeah, Todd Grisham. He's corny, man. Mo Brains, can I get an amen, bro? He's just whack, bro.
Amen, brother.
Little zooted. Todd Grisham's questions were ass. Bro, like I'm like, y'all can't find anybody better than that. And then I sit back, I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, but yo, hire me. I could do a better job than that clown.
I think he's just corny. He's just a corny guy. Like he don't understand. Like these is real fight. Like he's like I think they were trying to bring like a social media type of element, like a type of like a streamer type of vibe, and ask off the cuff like questions and kind of off balance questions. And it just not working. It's just corny.
Yeah, well they did that too with Wade Plemons, and even him, I think he's better than Grisham. And Grisham is supposedly experienced. He's been working with the Zone for years. I mean, obviously doing play-by-play commentary during fights. But I'm like, yo, terrible, bro. This is like the third time. I'm like, yo, get this guy out of here. But it was a good surprise to see Max Kellerman on there. I thought that was dope. Again, this is the whole element that you're going to get with Dana White, right? Because another thing that I'm interested in, how this promotion is going to go with Dana White now, as the guy that's kind of promoting this whole thing. Which, again, we got to see how it plays out, right?
Yeah,
we got to see how that plays out. We've all had questions. Is he a true boxing guy? One thing we will say is maybe he's not a true boxing guy per se, but he did get his start in boxing, number 2 in combat sports, and what UFC has done and what he's built, from a marketability standpoint is nothing to laugh at. So I'm interested to see that.
This is my only thing with UFC, because we have to be realistic, right? We always say we'll look at what he's done for UFC. What did you do for UFC, bro? You found something in the infancy of the sport, and then you bought out all the competition. That's the reality of it.
Hey, that's a great business model to me, and he blew it up.
No, but I'm saying,
in the 90s, no one was checking for MMA, and now
you can't buy out the competition in boxing.
Well, that's true. It's different.
So how
different.
we don't know that you're just super great at marketing and putting a better product than the competition out there when you bought out all of the other companies, And UFC,
I would tend to give him the benefit of the doubt because you got to work it on all levels, champ. Like whether you got to buy him out or just out compete him by putting on better shows. He knows what the fuck he's doing. He's been in the game, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
But he hasn't tipped into boxing in how many years? For what reason? Because if it was that easy, why wouldn't you have started 15 years ago? Why ain't you bouncing the boxing in? And then the reality is you don't even own the UFC no more. You sold it and stayed on as a face.
Yeah, I mean,
That's great promotion because people associate Dana White with the UFC and Joe Rogan. So, I mean, I feel what you're saying to a degree, though. I can acknowledge that.
Yeah, it looks like we got some mixed feelings in the chat. Clarissa says there's going to be a lot of WWE with Dana involved. Chad, what's going on, Chad? Appreciate you, my brother. Ain't nothing to fuck with Johnny. Appreciate you, my guy. H-Town said Dana is 100% a boxing guy.
I don't know where he gets that from. I disagree with that.
I think he started. Didn't he start his combat sport career in boxing, if I'm not mistaken? I kind of read that somewhere. Stock Tracer said Dana cooked the UFC. That's cap. He killed it with UFC. You mean
I think you're talking to McCall with that one.
Yeah,
you mean Stock Chasers? What you mean? You mean he killed it, right? Like made it big.
Yeah.
Or you're saying that he killed it and ran into the ground? Because it's not ran into the ground. So I gotta believe it's
No, he's saying he crushed it. He dominated with it. You know, he took it over.
I mean,
people associate MMA with UFC. They don't talk about Bellator or all these other, Pride back in the day.
That is true, man. That is true.
MMA,
but that's what I'm saying.
with
He
UFC.
bought out the other. What other company is there outside of UFC? PFL. What other company is there? What's his competition that he does better than? Who?
Hey, a monopoly, and you don't got to compete when you got a monopoly.
Exactly, but how you gonna get a monopoly in boxing? There ain't been one in 100 years.
H-Town said
I think he's just playing his position. He knows he can't outbid Turkey, so he's like, well, you can't beat him, join him. So he's sliding up under it. No tutti frutti, but you feel what I'm saying? Like he's just getting with a winning team.
I can see that.
Yeah, H-Town said Dana didn't jump into boxing because all the other promoters hate him so much they refuse to work with him.
I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that.
I ain't heard nothing about that.
I definitely believe that. Obviously, he's made it known that he hated, or I don't know if he still does, but he hates Bob Arum. He's made it known that he doesn't want to work with Oscar De La Hoya.
Yes.
Right there, you're talking about two of the major promoters, the two biggest promoters in boxing, Golden Boy and Top Rank. See, that was my whole concern when this whole thing got announced with Dana White, in this TKO league. Like, how is he gonna play nice in the sandbox with all these other guys that he has said in the past are scumbags that he doesn't want to work with? How is that
great
possible?
point. I didn't know that he alienated himself to that degree. That's just stupid. That's bad business.
Yeah. Oh, he's done that in the past. He's called them literally scumbags. I've heard him in interviews. Definitely Oscar. In the past, I know he said some shady shit about Bob Arum, and again, it doesn't get any bigger than those guys. So that's my whole biggest thing. If you want to make the biggest and best fights, you're going to have to cross platforms, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to cross platforms, and you got to work with these dudes. So I guess I'm more intrigued with how this promotion is going to go with Dana White. We'll see if this thing crushes it, dudes. Let's be honest. If this thing crushes it and they end up doing 70, 80 million views, I'm just throwing a number out there, and they sell out the Legion and they break all these damn records or whatever, then what can we say? We realistically can't say anything at the end of the day. He fucking pulled it off.
Can't argue with success.
One thing that I go ahead.
About the undercard, though. I'm sorry. I said I do think that there's a question about the undercard. Like we don't know what the undercard is going to be. I'm intrigued about the undercard. I'm sorry. You got to give us at least another a great co-main event. You got to give us at least two other good fights on that undercard, bro.
It's gonna be me versus Robert Arteaga in the opener. I think Macau will be on a little later in the card. No, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with the undercard.
No, one thing that I wanted to say that I was just sitting here thinking though, we're coming from a perspective of, they said TKO is going to be a league and that they're going to do this and that they're not going to work with other promoters. They're not going to work with sanctioning bodies. They're not going to work. And the fact is that this is the first TKO promoted event, right?
Yes.
This is official. So with this being their first official TKO event, they are working with the sanctioning bodies. They are working with other promoters, and it looks like they're simply only using Dana White for name recognition to bring in casuals. So
maybe
I think that maybe we're looking too far into it, and the reality is Dana is getting in with Turkey because, like, hey, I bring my name as Dana White. Dana White is a huge figure in combat sports. He co-signs it. Turkey puts up the money, and now we have a much bigger event, and we make a lot more money because Dana White's name is attached to it, and we're able to bring through some casuals and some UFC fans, some MMA fans, you know what I'm saying, that want to come just check it out just because Dana White's, promoting it.
Yo, I completely agree with you. I was just laughing at dude in the chat. Slim Laden. Hell of a name.
Like
the whole panel was capping. Okay, so we all full of shit.
How are we capping? And if we capping, jump on, bro. I just threw the link in the chat so you guys can jump in, voice your opinions. I'm not sure how we're capping. I'm saying I'm more than willing. I'm kind of on CJ's side. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and see how it plays out. But again, there's a lot of unknown. This is the first ever TKO promoted card that Dana White has had. And we're not talking about just any card. We're talking about what arguably people think is going to be fight of the year, right? On paper.
Yo, that dude, let me say this. That dude is just a hater because we're not even agreeing with each other. So how could we all be capping that?
Right. We're not even agreeing with each other. Like, that's what I'm not saying. Like, unless he said I'm capping, unless he said we capping about me saying Todd Grisham was trash, but that ain't no cap, bro. That dude was whack.
Nah, he whack.
Word.
He was just whack, man. Yeah, man. Come on. But yeah, for those of you guys that want to call in, voice your opinions, call in now. I just put the link in the chat, and it's also pinned to the top of the chat as well. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Help us grow and get this channel out into the algorithm of other boxing fans, so then we rock out. Not just Sunday nights, bro. This is probably going to be the norm. We're going to be doing some Sunday evening shows, especially after some big boxing cards on Saturday. But we do weeknights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we do interviews and we open up the phone lines for everybody. Look, we got Adam, bro. Adam, first time tuning in. Fire emojis. We appreciate you, my brother. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. We got to get new viewers, new subscribers. Make sure you guys, if you haven't subscribed, shame on you. We're actually streaming live, not just on YouTube. Got a lot of background noise. Who is that? That might be CJ or Macau. Or one of the two, because you're the only two on the panel. That makes sense. But yeah, so we're actually streaming this live on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Millions.co. We are streaming the Hangout Spot live on all three platforms, more platforms to come. And yeah, man, this is how we do it up. Make sure you subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Tuesday, I believe what we're working on this week, guys, so we say that before we wait for some callers. Stock Chasers just put... Stock Chasers, I put the link in the chat, and I also pinned it to the top of the chat if you want to call in. I will put it one more time in the chat. But Tuesday, right now, what we're looking at is we had a Mexican bantamweight that just won on in a Caribbean Royale MVP Most Prospects valuable card. I was there the beginning of June. Naomi Cardenas, she's 9-0 with 2 KOs. She's a Mexican bantamweight. She won in the main event in a really, really thrilling, entertaining fight by split decision over undefeated Bree Howley. She's going to be on the show on Tuesday. We're looking to get her on the show on Tuesday. Her people reach out to me. They want to get her on the show. We're looking to get her on the show more than likely on Tuesday. I'm still trying to work on referee Tony Weeks, trying to get him on. We're trying to figure out the right day to get him on. Corey Marksman, undefeated lightweight. We're working on him as well. I also reached out to Mark Ferre, trainer of Edgar Berlanga, trying to see if we can get an update on how things are going up in Big Bear. So there's a lot of things popping this week at the Hangout Spot. So make sure you guys subscribe, tell a friend to subscribe to the channel. Again, Adam, we appreciate you rocking out with us, my brother. Look at that, first time listener and a supporter of the show, and he's loving it so far. You guys are cooking on the channel. I pinned the link. It is pinned in the link. Stock Chasers, you be bugging out, bro. It's pinned.
Yo, I think Stock Chasers want to argue with me. Yeah, the link is at the top. That's pinned.
It's on the top, Stock Chasers. Come on in, man. Voice your opinion. We got Mo Brains with the $2. If they call Lampley host the Vegas one, I'm a flip. If they call Lampley host the Vegas one, I'm a flip. Absolutely, bro. And shout out to Jim Lampley who gave us about an hour and 40 minutes of his precious, legendary time last Tuesday. It was a great interview. One of those that I did not want to end. And I actually saw it another 2 times, man. And I was like, damn, bro, I can't believe I had him on because he's one of my idols. He's one of my it was one of those. I don't really watch a lot of my I used to because I'm my own worst critic, but a lot of times these shows be going long. I'm doing so much other stuff. I don't really watch a lot of my old stuff, but that one I actually saw twice over the weekend. And it was dope, man. If you guys didn't check it out, make sure you check it out at the Hangout spot. We got a lot of dope interviews. Mo Brains, I appreciate the $2. We are 1 super chat shy of our 10 super chat goal. Let's go, y'all. Help me get there.
Somebody put one more in. I put 2 up. So y'all got it.
I appreciate
Put
you,
them
man.
on the top.
Nah, you good. Stock Chasers, man. You bugging out. I don't know what's going on with Stock Chasers, bro.
You bugging.
Who do y'all think will be on the broadcast? Yo, Adam, I'm hoping it is. Well, it's confirmed. I just saw the Ring Magazine put something out a little while ago on Instagram, and I kind of figured that once I saw Max Kellerman, doing the asking the questions at the press conference. It will be Max Kellerman, hopefully Jim Lampley. Now, you guys know I told Jim Lampley, if they call, will you go? He said, absolutely. Like Jim Lampley wants to work. He wants to work. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his passion, calling fights. So if they call, he will come. So hopefully they reach out to Jim Lampley and hopefully they reach out to Roy Jones, right? Have him do the old HBO crew. That was the last HBO crew before they went off the air, right? It was Jim Lampley, Max Kellerman, and Roy Jones. They should all be available.
Yeah,
right?
that would be amazing. That'd be amazing.
Let me ask you this real quick, Johnny, on a slight tangent. You remember who John B was in the 90s, the singer?
John B. Yeah, of course.
Don't Max Kellerman remind you of John B?
Oh man, he's terrible. He's terrible. He do look like a New York version of John B. Though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Word, right? It's
crazy. That's crazy.
Stock Chasers said we hit our goal.
My man.
Appreciate you, my brother, with $2. We hit our super chat goal. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all family, bro. Y'all family, man. Yeah, that would be fine. I'm telling you, bro. Bring back the old HBO championship boxing crew, bro. Obviously, George Foreman passed away. That sucks. Larry Merchant is still alive. We spoke about Larry Merchant during that show and before. I had Jim Lampley on about 15 minutes before we went live. He's talked about Larry Merchant. There's just a special relationship there. But Larry Merchant is 94 years old.
Let me say this though. So I never really cared for Larry Merchant, right? Because I didn't understand him.
Acquired taste. He was an acquired taste.
I didn't understand him though, because for me, I'm like, man, this dude didn't fight. Where is he coming from? He thinks he has such an authority on boxing, and where does he think he gets his voice from? Well, through that Jim Lampley interview, I was able to basically learn that how much history that he had lived through, and so they made it. It's like I was sitting there watching the interview, and I go, oh. So that's why Larry Merchant felt like that. That's why he felt like he had an authority on boxing and the position in boxing, is because he lived through so much boxing history, like real boxing history. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I wish that I was there for and could be. I'm a boxing history. I'm crazy about boxing history. You know what I mean? We could sit here talk about Sugar Ray Robinson. We could go back to those days, and I'm gonna be able to. You know what I mean? Because that's how I was raised up in boxing, was on those type of fighters, on that type of classics, the 50s, 60s, moving forward. So for him to be there, I'm like, okay, that's why Larry Merchant was, kind of a little prickly old man who, who had these opinion of these modern day fighters. And I'm like, all right, I get it now. I get it.
Dude, there's years, decades and decades of experience, man. I mean, not just with Lampley, but obviously with Merchant as well. Adam said, do you know where Larry Merchant is? I don't, but I do know he's still alive. I believe Lampley said he was 94 and spoke to him not so long ago.
Damn.
And if you guys didn't see that interview, we actually talked about Bud Crawford and Canelo. And Lampley said, maybe I shouldn't say this. So I want all of y'all that didn't see it to go see it, but I'll give y'all this, man, because that's who I am. Does Canelo? I'm sorry. Does Crawford have a shot to beat Canelo? And he said that Larry Merchant told him straight up. Well, did anybody think? Did Sugar Ray Leonard go in there and beat Hagler when a lot of people didn't believe he would be able to do that, moving up? And he said, yeah. He says, well, then Crawford has a chance to beat Canelo, which is a good
Yeah,
point.
I brought that fight up earlier. Great point. Okay.
That's a great point. Right, going into that fight, regardless of who we feel won that fight, because that was another debate and that was another question I asked. But I'm not going to tell you what he said about that. Y'all gonna have to go and watch that interview, bro, at the Hangout spot if y'all want to.
Yeah, go check it out. Go rewatch the interview, y'all. But no, like I said, I felt Hagler won, but it doesn't mean it's like impossible. You feel me? I think it was Vega. I was arguing that point with, like, it's not ridiculous for someone to move up what used to be one weight class and now 2 weight classes and just go compete. If you're an all-time great, it's not out of the question. That's where I'm at with it.
And can I say this though? I think CJ Rich, did you watch it with us when we watched it with Marco and we all scored it? I think
hold it down for 2 minutes, y'all. Hold it down.
I did.
Okay, so that night we came out with the same score. We both said Hagler won, right? But do you remember what the comment I made when I was like, why I felt like it was given to Leonard?
No, I don't recall.
Okay, I'm like, listen, Hagler won for sure. We just rewatched the fight. Hagler won, but watching that fight for the first time, I thought that Leonard won, and the reason why I thought that Leonard won.
Hold on, not to cut you off, but you're going to say to the flurries, the way he closed the rounds and just putting more together, while Hagler was more strategic. He'll get 1-2 off at a time, and Leonard closed the rounds with just those flurries. But if I'm wrong, tell me.
It was partially that, but it had nothing to do with anything technical for real. It was the emotion of knowing that Sugar Ray Leonard was the smaller man and feeling like going into the fight, Hagler was supposed to destroy him. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And even if you look at this Bud Crawford fight, right? Like, that's why I kind of got Canelo by decision, is because I feel like people feel like Canelo in the beginning feel like Canelo should just destroy him, like he's going up 2 weight classes. Bud's not going to be able to take the punches. He's going to knock him out. He's going to put him down. And then that's the opportunity that I see for Bud to win the fight, is if he's able to survive, take a few punches, and box very, very smartly, because he is the smaller man moving up, and there is more of a burden on Canelo to be more impressive. He could squeak out a close win there, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, we're gonna give it to Bud, because Bud trying to do the impossible, and you could get caught up in the emotion of it. Like, he's not getting knocked back, he's not losing, he's still fighting. And I feel like in that Hagler Leonard fight, that the judges got caught up in the emotion of the crowd and the emotion of the fact that Leonard was coming up to 2 weight classes and trying to beat the boogeyman.
No, I completely agree. But why wouldn't you, like, if you're using that analogy, the Leonard Hagler, why wouldn't you put your money on Crawford by decision? You feel me? Because that's the through line. The smaller dude is going to be able to appeal to the emotion of the crowd and the judges, right?
Crawford is Leonard, and Canelo is Hagler.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
The only thing is
Crawford by decision.
I mean, look, I see a path for Crawford to win by decision, and I'm rooting for him to win by decision. I just feel like the smart money is on the fact that even if you look at the Madrimov fight, as he kind of went up in weight, he took the punches well, right? But it took him some rounds into the late rounds to kind of go forward and do what he did at the end. I don't know if he can go forward and do what he did at the end of the Madrimov fight with Canelo. That's where my only question is can he pull a Bud on Canelo? Can he just walk forward and start letting his hands go and basically, out tough Canelo at the end of the fight? Or
fair enough. I heard you make that point earlier. He closed it out strong. So yeah, I feel where you're coming from.
So I just feel like, what I'm saying, I feel like if he's not able to do that and he's not able to fight almost a perfect fight that I think that they'll edge it out towards Canelo because I ain't gonna lie, the overwhelming opinion is Canelo's the greatest of this generation that's still fighting right now. I mean, obviously he got beat by Mayweather and he got beat by Bivol, but Bivol was him going up to 175 trying to be great, so they're not gonna really count that against him. And he was super young when he fought Mayweather, so they're not gonna really count that against him. So they're really looking at him like the greatest of this generation, and Bud is trying to become the greatest of this generation if he can beat Canelo. But I think Canelo's the shoe-in. Like they've already pretty much given it to him, so I see him winning a close decision.
Based on a side, is that what you're saying? When it boils down to it,
yeah, basically when it boils down to it, if Bud can't do something spectacular, I think they're just gonna give it to Canelo. Honestly.
You're making me a little bit nervous, but I still got another rack. Anybody in the chat want to talk that shit? I still got another rack. I got one up, and I'm willing to put two up. So come talk that shit.
To cash in, y'all. Make sure y'all hit him up.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Another thing you gotta take into consideration is that the majority. I would say that the crowd would probably be on Canelo's side, being that it's a Vegas fight, which is closer to where Canelo.
That's pretty much Southern Cali. I'm telling you, I'm from out west. I've been in California all my life. So yeah, Vegas is pretty much Cali. It's going to be a strong Mexican contingent in the crowd. So
yeah, absolutely. Chad is like, oh shit, we talking Hagler Leonard talk. No, but the comparison was, according to Lampley and in his conversation with Larry Merchant, he brought up that fight as an example of how Canelo and Bud can play out, which I thought was a really, really good take. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. Is there anyone? I see Ron is in the chat, says Bud wins by unanimous decision or KO. Again, I put the link in the chat. Yeah, I put the chat in the link. You hear me? I put the link. I pinned the link to the chat if you guys want to call in. Is there anybody that sees Canelo stopping Bud, the smaller guy moving up in weight? Again, he will have I believe, and I'm not going to say a substantial weight advantage because I just don't know, what Bud is weighing in right now and what he could potentially rehydrate to, like what is his walk around weight. But I got to think that Canelo is going to have a weight advantage on fight night. So does he knock Bud out? Does he knock Bud out? Anybody in the chat want to call in or comment? Does he knock Bud out? Because I'm seeing a lot of people talking decision. You know what? Let's go to our poll. Let's go to the poll. We put a poll out before the show started. Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. Early predictions. Who wins? You got 21% that are picking Canelo by decision. 34% that are picking him by stoppage or knockout or stoppage. 30% Bud by decision, and only 15% Bud by KO or TKO. So again, I guess it kind of makes sense that most people think that if Bud wins, it's going to be by decision, not stoppage. And if Canelo wins, there's a good chance, 34%, that he stops this guy. So,
yo, man, these dudes talking a lot of shit in the chat, but they can't hop up and articulate.
Hey, hold it down, y'all. I'm gone. I appreciate y'all.
All right,
my brother, appreciate you, Macau B. We got
just as I say that, we got one more. I've seen you up here before. I forget you got another name. I'm not gonna call you by the name I see on the screen, but salute to you. Like I was saying, dudes want to talk shit in the chat, but they don't want to hop up and articulate their point. You got it.
That's my brother Chad from Canada. What's going on, Chad? Welcome to the Hangout spot, brother.
Yeah, this is I can't really read your name I've got my phone out. What is your name? Sorry, bro.
CJ, that's CJ Rich.
CJ. Yeah, of course, man.
You see me.
Yo, yeah, of course, man. Yeah, I know who you are. Okay, great. Yo, that's great. I like it. Man, I wish more people would just call in. Like, there's so many guys in the chat that I've become friendly with and I like their takes and stuff, but they just they're not going to call.
The chat's cooking. We need the phone lines to cook. Y'all need to call in. Let's go.
Like, I don't know if Manuel LG's on the line tonight, like in the chat, but Manuel LG, Nigerian Nightmare, I'd like him to call. Like, man, you guys got to just call in, man. Just do it. You just call in, you just talk to Johnny, man. Let Johnny take care of you. He'll walk you through it.
Hey, hold up, not to cut you off, but Johnny, can you pull up Robert Arteaga? I think is how you pronounce it. His latest chat. I want to address that. We're talking about How will he get his
Canelo,
winnings? Well, I'm gonna
Canelo
tell
is
you like
going.
this. Oh, maybe the one before that. Basically, he said, "How is he gonna get his winnings? You know, when Canelo wins, how is he gonna get his money from me?" I'm gonna tell you like this, champ. Uh, Same way I did on Marco's channel with E-Rock. Shout out E-Rock. Shout out Vlogs. I send the money ahead of time. You send the money ahead of time, and then whoever is running the platform, they pay you out, and they take a little percentage. So that's how. I'm not fronting. I don't just get up here and talk that shit and not follow through. So that's the formula. If you down, send it to Johnny. You feel me? And we gonna rock out.
With a trustworthy middleman, that seems like exactly the way to do it, man. That sounds perfect.
I mean, I think I'm pretty trustworthy, but whatever.
I guess, Johnny. We'll give you that.
I guess, right? Hold on, Chad.
He said, "I guess."
Said, Robert, shout out to you, Rob. He said Canelo is going to KO him if Crawford stays in the pocket too long, but I think Crawford will win, so I got Canelo by UD. So he's going on Canelo, so you have to make that happen.
Put the bread up. Put the bread up.
Go ahead, Chad. Take it away, brother.
I like that take, though. I like that take. I like it. Like that's a path to a definite outcome. Like I agree. Like I feel the same way. I think that the big question that I want to see answered is how will Bud deal with Canelo's power? Like, because we've whatever about the last few fights, it seems like the power's still there enough to trouble most people. So I'm guessing it's going to touch Bud in a way that's not going to be pleasant. It's going to change how I'm assuming they have a plan to deal with that. So that's kind of, I feel like Bud's biggest hurdle in the fight. If he can find a way to work around that, because he's going to have to, if he can't stop Canelo, he's going to have to win rounds. So he has to engage. He has to be aggressive, right? So they got to come up with a strategy that allows Bud to do his thing. And the idea will be trying to be faster than Nello, right? And not get caught. Nello will look to counter. For that part of it, I'm excited. But guys, I don't know. I'm having a hard time getting kind of truly excited about the buildup. Am I alone in that? Are you guys excited?
I am 100%. 100%.
CJ is. I got more excited after today, to be honest with you. I bought into the little push and shove thing. And
but guys, it requires getting excited about it requires believing that those guys are going to get in there and give it, right? And give us the best of themselves.
I do.
Yeah. I don't believe, I believe Bud has too much heart to do anything else. So just Bud doing that's going to bring out what's needed from Nello, it just takes
it's going to force Canelo to engage also. So it's not like he can outwork him with the footwork.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it. As long as Bud does his job. Yeah.
I think Canelo's up to it. I think they've been giving him these guys and been going the way it's been going. And I mean, in a lot of ways, I don't blame him. It's a pretty big bag to just kind of show up and be Canelo. Seems like that's enough for a lot of fans. But the last few fights, I mean, I give it to him, though, because he wants to have a final lap like that. I feel like he's earned it, even though it's kind of doesn't make for interesting fights. That's for sure.
Yo, let me say this. I don't think this is a cherry pick by any means on Canelo's part, but I will say this. People bring up that point a lot of times. Marco just brought up the other night. Oh, hasn't he earned the right to end his career however he wants? I'm saying yes, but just be real about it. Just be saying, I'm just, I've accomplished a lot. I fought everybody, all my contemporaries, and now I'm just, I don't know how he could phrase it, but I'm trying to chill basically. But just be real about it. Don't act like you're taking on the toughest competition when you're obviously ducking Benavidez. So
I mean, some fighters have to remain so singularly minded about what they're doing. They just have to remain that way. I think that's just who Canelo is as a fighter. He needs to believe that he's that guy. And in a lot of ways with 168, I mean, he was that guy. He is that guy, really. I mean, 68 kind of came to a halt because Canelo fought everyone, and now it's just what? He just is just holding the belts and doing whatever, right? It's really
he also held up the division by not giving Benavidez his shot. He held the division up, and I don't respect that.
I don't see logically where else there was to go other than Benavidez. Like, there was a lot of time where the fans were definitely pulling the trigger too quick on calling it a duck or whatever, complaining about it. Like, Benavidez, I don't believe deserved the shot the whole time the fans were calling for it, but it definitely arrived at a point where it made sense. You know, it's like, okay, it's time. Like, you got to fight him. And no fight. Like, disappointing. It's disappointing.
I was gonna ask you, what's your favorite duck? You like that Chinese food, Peking duck, or the mallard duck out of the pond? But okay, you articulated it. I respect it. You got it.
Let's take a caller, bro. We got Adrian on the check-in. Adrian, you're live at the Hangout spot, brother.
Good evening, fellas. Can everybody hear me?
Yo.
Yes, sir. We can hear you, brother. What's going on?
All right. First off, I want to just say it's a pleasure to talk to you, Johnny. I seen you on the Boxing Voice from Ness, man.
Sorry.
You doing your thing, and I like your platform that you got going on right here, letting the guests call in. You know, this is a cool. I like the platform you got going on. So yeah, I want to talk about the fight. I'm a little bit more interested in it now. Because of what happened earlier. I don't know if that was staged or not, because these guys just had dinner like a day ago, and now, like, I don't know, like, why is Crawford getting out of pocket? Like, you're running up on Canelo. You know, it's just a little weird. But anyways, the only concern I have with Crawford going up, I don't think he's gonna weigh in at like 167 or 168. I think he might come in super light, maybe like 161. Or 162 to try to keep his movement and his agility. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And my next thing is, let's say he does come in at 167, right? Is he gonna have the same speed? Is he gonna have the same reflexes? You know, because like, let's say me, you, any of you guys, you know, we gain just 20, 15 pounds randomly. We not gonna be as fast. Nobody, you know, we're not gonna be as fast. So that's my only thing. You know, how is he going to carry the rate for the whole 12 rounds? Is his power going to carry? Is he going to be as fast? You know, is he going to have the same reflexes? Because, yeah, we know Canelo got slow feet, but he got good upper body movement, and he got fast hands. I don't think people realize how fast his hands is sometimes. So that's my take on it. What do you guys think?
I agree with that. I do. I think he got sneaky fast hands. What do you guys think?
Well,
no, I'll give him that completely. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be objective about the shit. I'm not too heavy on one side. I mean, obviously, if I'm putting two rocks up and going for Crawford, but no, I can see your argument. He does have fast hands and upper body movement, but I don't think he's evasive enough to avoid the faster fighter in general. You know, Crawford can get in and get out, and that's.
Sorry, guys, but I think his output's been pretty low in the last few fights, too. So the question is, if Bud's really pressuring them, if he has to work, can he work hard all 12 rounds, you know, throwing? And we don't even know at this point. Like, maybe we'll see something that's different, you know, and Bud will overwhelm him for some reason. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's not likely, but it could happen. It's been a couple of years of watching pretty kind of a softer touch of Canelo, I feel.
You see how diverse the opinions on the panel have been. That's why it's an intriguing fight to me, because you could see a number of scenarios playing out. So I feel you.
DJ.
Agreed.
What up?
One of the takes I was talking about earlier, what's your take on that? Do you think Bud comes in light to keep his agility, or do you think he's going to come in at the normal, like 166, 167?
I'm going to say it like this. I think he gets up to like 180, you know what I mean, at a walk-around weight during camp. And then once he shrinks down, he'll have both the agility and the necessary size to do what he's trying to do. That's how I see it.
Okay.
He's not just going to, like, get up to only 168 and just let that be it. No, because he wants to preserve his power. So he's going to get up 180 or so, shrink down a little bit, just a little bit.
Because I was watching an interview with Jermall Charlo, and that shit like really like clicked to my mind. He was talking about how Jermell Charlo, when he went up,
I'm saying
168, he wasn't as fast or he wasn't as agile.
I understand. No, that's very true. I saw the same thing, and that's why he felt he had to just run, because he couldn't, you know, sit down and do the things he used to do. But no, okay, fair point. I got you.
No, great point. We got a lot of callers though, man.
All
We
right,
got a
guys,
lot
I'm
of
not gonna
callers.
hold up your time, man. I appreciate you having me. I'm gonna definitely check in.
Oh, definitely. You got to keep calling in, Adrian. I appreciate the love and support, my brother.
All right.
Thank you for checking in, Adrian, with the check-in. Stock Chasers is in the building. What's going on, Stock Chasers?
Uh-oh.
Y'all.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Talk that shit, champ.
Now what's going on? Johnny, what's up? CJ Rich
Chilling, my brother.
and
What's
Chop.
good? What's good?
Salute. You know I got love for you.
Yo, listen, man. I was busy hanging up this AC, bro. It's hot in New York, bro. Summer has arrived. And it's gonna be like 100 degrees,
I know
97.
about that
So it's
humidity,
blazing.
brother.
Yeah.
Let me say this. It's crazy that it's cooler in Northern Cali than it is in NY. I went through NY one time back in, that must have been like 20 years ago, and it was raining in fucking April. Or no, June. It was raining in June. I'm not used to that. But for today, y'all got the heat. It's 80 something out here. You got the 100.
In Ontario and Quebec and Canada, we're having a heat wave. Like today was like, I don't know Fahrenheit, but Celsius with humidity, it was 45, which is like oppressive, man. Like oppressive.
I think that's about 90 if I remember right, if I recollect right. Yeah. That's hot.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
It's the
Stock Chasers.
humidity up here, man. It's gross.
We got to let him go because we got
Yeah.
people in the back.
Yeah, stock.
Yeah, here I go. All right, man. Listen, peep game, right? Nah, because I was watching I was on the Hatrix earlier. And all right, so what happened was, right? That the presser, real WWE vibes. This ain't no real animosity. So anybody who thinks that, get it out your head. This was 100% choreographed BS because they have to look a little bit. They have to look like there's a little bit of fire in them because otherwise, like people gonna lose interest. So they got to start kicking these things up a notch. Everyone been seeing them eat dinner and all this and forth. So, I'm pretty sure they was like, yo, listen, we got to turn up a little bit. But it is what it is. But anyway, man, there's like if you look at the video when Crawford kind of did like that walk down on Nello, bro. I don't know if y'all seen the footwork on that one, but yo, bro had to put his whole feet into that joint. Like his feet almost slid on the ground trying to push Nello, like trying to walk him down. So I just want like people to really, all right, forget about what you see up there. Play the video again. Go find it on X. Go find it on Instagram, and then pay attention to the footwork, bro, because Terence Crawford had to put a lot into that walk down, from what I saw. And anyway, man, like at the end of the day, people going crazy talking about and Crawford walked them down. Like, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop that shit. Ain't nobody walk nobody down. So first and foremost, right? But I ain't gonna lie, bro. What can I say, man? I'm conflicted, bro, and I'm starting to like, cause I originally I wanted to put $100 on Nello just because in case anything happens and the lines start moving, I had to, that's first and foremost. I had to put that Nello bet in there. For a stoppage, by the way. So even though he hasn't stopped nobody, but if it cracks, it's gonna hit for a lot. But there's more money to blow, so I'm trying to see where I get it, where I fit in, right? So, all right, this is how I'm starting to think about. So I was like, and Johnny, you could feel free to jump in anytime. I said, all right, man, Crawford, southpaw, switch hitter. He's a switch hitter, but southpaw. Like that's his primary stance, right? That's been through his career. So I said this, man. So I said, wow, let me think about what southpaws Nello has faced in his career, right? Because we got to start from there. I'm trying to look at the stance. I'm trying to see, or a style that is similar to. I mean, what do we consider Crawford? Crawford's a technical fighter. He's a technical fighter, great footwork, great off the counter punches. Like this is who he is, right? So I said, you know what came to my mind, Johnny? Erislandy Lara. That came to my mind, right? Not trying to say that. I mean, obviously he's Cuban style, whatever the case may be. And this was, I think, at 160, right? I'm not tripping. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. But either way, Yo, that was Canelo's, I think, toughest fight since he became this big star or on his way to becoming a star. It was a split decision. Like, it wasn't a fight in which Canelo won clean. And a lot of people, if you ask them, they on the other side. They'll say Arizlandi Lara won that fight. So, and then, I just started to look through more southpaws.
Hey, stock chasers.
Yo, talk to me.
What did you think about Bud's over Madrimov? Like, how do you feel Bud looked against Madrimov as far as size and power and just like controlling the fight,
So I mean, listen, it was his first. I mean, it was one of his first fight back after a while. But I'm gonna say that I think Crawford, obviously he won that fight, but he got hit a lot. I think he got hit a lot. Like did he get hit flush. I didn't see that because it shots were like, he was rolling with a lot of them or whatever. But I think he won that fight, and I think he won that fight maybe by a couple rounds, 3 or 4 rounds, if I remember correctly when I watched it. But he won that fight. He looked like he was, overpowering Madrimov. Obviously not. But at the end of the day, we gotta know what we're looking at here. And I was master to your question, and I'm gonna continue to do more research and maybe watch that Adeslandi fight one more time, because I have a feeling that's what Nelo's gonna. That's what Crawford is gonna look into, bro. Listen, this ain't like Crawford could be like, oh, I ain't running or whatever. We know what he's gonna do. He's gonna box. He's gonna be technically sound. He's gonna be on his feet. He's gonna be looking to score points. He's gonna throw that jab, and he's gonna connect when he can. He's gonna come off the counter punches. I have to ask myself, is Nelo faster than Crawford, even at that weight? We don't know because Crawford is taking on extra weight. But at the same time, if Crawford can transition to 168 and just be a little faster, his speed is gonna be faster than Nelo's. I'm sorry. There's just I don't see that. I don't see Nelo having better. If he's not even that guy, he's like a flat-footed, come forward. He moves around, moves his head, a lot of head movement. But I feel like, man, I don't know. The closer we get to this fight, the size, I'm looking at Nelo putting on heels, bro. I'm starting to have second thoughts here. I don't really know at this point. At first I felt Nelo, but then I'm telling you that Arizlandi Lara came to my mind, and it was like, bro, if Buck could come in there and really be technically sound, great off the footwork, just look to counter, get his punches in when he can, and not get his head knocked off, he could win a decision.
But I feel like what you're saying, it taps into the bigger point, though, is that, the experience Canelo has at that weight is everything, man. With Bud, it's that first fight doing that, and I don't care how much you spar and stuff, things can go wrong, things don't go as planned. Where Canelo's got that confidence and experience, it's a huge factor.
But Chad, look what I need you to pay attention to, man. He's fought orthodox fighters, man. That's all he's been fighting. He hasn't really been challenging himself with southpaws. He must have something where he doesn't like southpaws. I think the last southpaw he boxed was Billy Joe Saunders, unless I'm tripping. It's been a long time. He's been fighting orthodox fighters for a reason. He has trouble with southpaws. James Kirkland, he said it. He said James Kirkland was the hardest punch I ever fought. Southpaw. Arizlandi gave him the biggest challenge. Southpaw.
So check it out. So what do you think Bud's strategy would be? Basically a super aggressive, control the lead hand, control the potential for a jab, try to stop Nelo from being able to get into any kind of rhythm. Well, the thing is he can throw really well from the other hand too. I just feel like whatever plan, the more intense Bud is in his strategy, the more risk he puts himself at getting clipped. And that's where the question is for me. How much of that can he take from Canelo?
Chad, let me ask you a question. What's the reach differential?
We got to let somebody else cook, though, man.
I got you. I'm gonna end it with this. Chad, what's the reach differential between both fighters?
6 inches, I want to say.
There's about a 4-inch difference.
It's either 6 or 8. Yeah.
It's a 4. It's 70 to 74. That makes a difference. We're talking about Bud Crawford throwing that jab. So I don't know, man. I'm having mixed feelings. I'm gonna continue to think this through, but I mean,
We'll talk
right
about it
now,
more. We'll talk about it
yeah,
more.
I'm back in toss-up. But yo, y'all be easy. Thanks for having me.
Later.
Appreciate you,
Sorry,
Stock.
Johnny.
Hey,
Sorry, Johnny.
before you bring up Ness and let him cook, let me say this real quick to he hopped off. Stock chasers, I'm disappointed, champ. I thought we was about to argue, but we kind of agree. So
We
y'all
could do
got it.
that on another call, but we got other callers. I want to get everybody's take, man. And I got people in the back room. Nas, go ahead, brother. What's going on? Appreciate you jumping on, champ.
Hey, no doubt, no doubt. What's up, Johnny? What's up, CJ? And
Yo.
Chad,
Chad. What's up, Chad?
Not much.
Nah, man. Well, I mean, I like the conversation that was just going on. I wanted to speak on a few things, but I mean, just like y'all was saying, I mean, listen, this is what I'm saying. It's this. I mean, the only advantage in my eye that Canelo has is, I guess, experience at the weight class. I mean, because I don't know what Bud usually walk around in, what weight he usually start his camps at, but I mean, we acting like these guys don't walk around heavy, right? We acting like these guys don't usually work into shape. So he's just now just working on maintaining that weight, this higher weight. So I don't see the problems. I don't see the problems. I mean, we talk about the reach, right? I mean, if he wanted to stay active, I just see him handling. I just see Bud handling Canelo, just like Floyd handled him. Listen, when it comes down to a technical boxer, and when it comes down to a technical boxer, the level that Bud is, got nothing for him. My bad, I cut out.
Just for a little bit. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, I just think he don't have nothing of he don't have nothing for him. I mean, when I was watching Floyd, like, and this is when I say go 12 rounds, whooping his ass all around the ring. This is what I mean. I mean, Floyd he would he would settle at different he would settle down at different spots in the ring, and Canelo needs to plant his feet to really get them combinations off like he want. Floyd, first of all, he would be hitting them before he gets set up. He would get his shit off and then he would clinch. It's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of them situations where Canelo just not gonna be able to get going. And the caller earlier, he said as far as how Terence Crawford like to walk guys down towards the end of fights. You're gonna see that. You're gonna see that. You're gonna see Terence Crawford still, but you're gonna see him impose his will toward the end of the fight. Once it's a foregone conclusion, he's gonna. That's how he break you. Show you. Listen, that's how he's gonna break him. And I'm gonna just take a breather and let y'all respond. You got anything to say before I get into my next point?
Go ahead, man. Cook. What you got?
And
Yeah, you got it.
I wanted to respond to, they were talking about the other caller. I mean, John Jones just retired, and this guy named Tom Aspinall, he ain't fight Tom Aspinall. I feel like it's the same situation with Canelo, right? Like if when it's all said and done, if he retired, I mean, it's a little different. I mean, I think I wanted to see him fight David Benavidez, but I don't know. He did a lot. I don't think he has to fight David Benavidez. It's the same thing if Bud go. I mean, does he have to fight Boots, or is I mean, I think we just need to take these guys what they gave us. They gave us a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Canelo gave us a lot of good fights. Bud gave us Earl. So I mean, it is what it is. And that's how I see it. But thanks for having me tonight, and keep doing your thing, guys.
No, I appreciate you, brother. Keep calling in, man. You family, bro.
No doubt.
Appreciate the take, man. That's what's up. That's what's
Yo,
up.
what was dude's name? He was pretty balanced. I like it. What was his name?
Nas, the narrator.
Nas. All right.
Yeah,
Hey guys. I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt because I just got to jump off. So I might come back, but I got to jump off. Thanks, Johnny.
You got it, brother. You're welcome back anytime.
All right,
H
Chad.
Town, what's good, brother?
What it do? That's what it do. Like, first off, I want to address the Ducky Benavidez lies, because man, I can't stand when the Benavidez divas start the lies. December 2020, Canelo go.
Hello? Did he cut off?
Yeah, I thought I was
Can
tripping. I
you
thought
hear
my
me?
shit
Yo,
cut
yo,
out,
yo,
but
yo.
no,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
H Town, you there?
Yo, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Yeah, you cut off.
Okay, I said December 2020, Canelo moves to 168. It takes him to the end of 2021 to get the belts. 2022, at this point in his career, everybody's watching him saying he's the greatest ever. He should go up to the next weight class, try to collect them belts. He goes up there, fights Bivol, loses, and then he goes all the way. We go to 2023, and he's coming back after losing, hurt hand, hurt knee. He said his body was took too much damage because he did all them fights straight. I got to remember this, man. All right, that's 2023. He comes back. He fights a mandatory. He fights a mandatory and Ryder. Now, Mauricio Suleiman let us know that the mandatories go in a list. You can't just skip your mandatory. That mandatory's got his turn, and they're gonna go. So he was there before Benavidez, 2023. All right, he fights Jermel at the end of the year. When the heck did Benavidez decide to go to 175? 2024. We're in 2025. How you been ducking this man? If the one time you had your chance to fight him, you moved up. Now,
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
We're gonna go. Yeah, finish your point, and I'll respond.
okay, this narrative that Canelo's been ducking him for 5 years. Canelo's only been in the division for 5 years. Yeah, it's just a bunch of bull crap. Now and then the other homeboy is like, oh, look what Floyd did. Bud is not Floyd. Bud does not stand in the pocket. He don't have that shoulder roll. He ain't slick the way Floyd is. He can't afford to stand in front of Canelo the way Floyd did and embarrass him. He's got to move and jab. If he stands in front of Canelo, he's going to get knocked out, Johnny. He's not Floyd. Y'all people keep thinking that everybody's Floyd. No, Floyd's a one-in-a-generation talent, bro. Nobody could do what Floyd's done in this era. None of these guys, not Shakur, none of them. Floyd will stand in front of you, make you miss, use his shoulder, bounce your punches off, and he roll off of everything, and then embarrass you with his jab. And that's all he needed is to keep you at bay because it nullified you. He'll hit you before you got started. Bud can't do that. Bud don't do that. Quit saying he's going to do what Floyd did. If you think he's going to do what Floyd did, you don't know boxing. Because Floyd is Floyd, man. Y'all need to stop that BS, bro. He's going to have to work his jab. He's going to have to use the ring. And people think like, oh no, he's some kind of like power puncher all of a sudden, one shot knockout. Man, Bud's never been that either. I don't know where y'all get these narratives from, Johnny. Like, what's wrong with people, man? Like, y'all what is it, man? Just say I hate Canelo, and I'll respect your take more, because your take makes no sense, man. There's only one way he could win. That's on a jab and be elusive. He's not big like Bivol. Ask Bivol how much them punches hurt. He'll tell you. But he was big enough to take those punches. Bivol's a big guy. That's a 200-pounder. And then people talking about, oh, he lost his power. The man's knocking down two natural 200-pounders, Johnny. Natural 200-pounders. And they're like, Bud is not a natural 200-pounder. Him and Canelo walk around in the same damn weight. Eddie has said that Canelo probably stays around 185 year-round. And Bud, I think I heard him in an interview that he's around 190 year-round. That's him not training. So I mean, these guys are about the same size. The only difference is one guy fights at the weight and the other guy cuts 20, 30 pounds to have an advantage against smaller guys. Now, this is going to be the first time he's going to be, or other than the last fight he had, that that's his weight and size. Like, how's he going to react? That's the question. That's what we don't know. That's the unknown. Now if he's Bud at 168. He's got the speed. He's got everything. Then it's going to be a tough night for Canelo.
Let me say this, H-Town. You're lucky that weed is legal in California, because I got to get high to deal with the bullshit you talking.
No,
And
bro,
let
that's
me
the truth, my friend. Those are the facts.
let me put my
Those are the
counter
facts.
argument up there. No, you're not completely off base. I'll say that. Again, I'm fair. I'm like, it's almost a 50-50 fight. I just feel, skills pay the bills. But let me say this. So your main point was that that Crawford is not Floyd. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's not. He's not Floyd, and he's not
No, I
Bibble.
completely agree. They
He's
have
not
totally
Bibble
different
to absorb
styles.
these shots. He's not Bibble. Bibble's a big man. Stop acting like Bibble's some kind of just regular guy. No, Bibble's a special fighter. He's the only guy that's beat 2 undisputed champions in this era.
Let me say this. You ever put together a puzzle? Like, old school when you was a kid?
Yeah.
Okay. I say that to say this. The analogy, it's more than one way to solve a puzzle. I don't have to put them down, like the pieces down in a specific order. Like, we've seen Lara do it. We've seen Floyd do it. We've seen Bivol do it. So just because he's not analogous to any of those fighters doesn't mean he can't solve the puzzle. Does that make sense?
You could try to solve the
He brings
puzzle,
unique challenges.
You
He
are
brings
talking
unique
about
challenges that the other ones didn't do, such as switch hitting, more power than Floyd, not more power than Bivol, obviously. But you feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't just say, "Oh, he's not this dude, so it's impossible for him to win." And that's where I'm at with it. Trying to be concise.
it's not impossible for him to win, but the way people think he's gonna win is ridiculous. He could get a unanimous decision if he works his jab, works the ring, and then uses his footwork and tries to tire Canelo out. But we're also in
So
the
you
era.
think? Hold on, not to cut you off, but I need to get some clarification. You think he's going to be more mobile, and that's his key to victory? Is that correct?
That's the only key to victory I see. He's not going to try to be in front of Canelo. He's not slick enough to be in front of Canelo the way Floyd was.
Fair enough.
Like,
I don't think he's going to run like people were saying. Let me expound on what I was saying. I don't think he's going to run like people were saying, but yeah, mobility is definitely going to be a huge plus in his advantage if he is going to pull it off. I'll say that.
And this is where people get it confused. I'm not saying Bud cannot win. The way people think he's gonna win is ridiculous. That he's gonna walk him down, be in front of him. No, bro. If he does that, it's gonna be another Haney versus Ryan, and y'all gonna be talking about what happened. No, dude. No.
I ain't gonna say shit, but no, that would be a bad game plan. I'll say that.
Yeah. So I don't know where these super fans and I know boxing. No, bro. If you think he's gonna stand in front of him, you don't know boxing. And Bud's too smart to stand in front of him.
Word.
But like I said, he's got a chance to win, but not the way all these people get on here and they just go on and on about he's gonna knock him out, he's gonna walk him down, he's gonna do this.
Said that.
It just, and the whole Benavidez ducking thing. Come on, bro! I just gave you the timeline. How do you duck?
That was, I forgot because I've been moving around. I'm
All right, well, I'm gonna let you decide, Doctor. I got to go, but I'm gonna hear you out on chat.
For sure. Salute.
Appreciate you, H-Town. Go ahead, CJ.
Yeah. Can I address this point real quick about Benavidez duck?
Take it away, brother.
Okay, so damn, I wish he was still up here because I know it was a lot of politics behind the scenes with that shit when the motherfucker, when somebody was a mandatory and all that. But in my opinion, he said he was there for 5 years. That's enough time. Like, what the fuck? He said, oh, he was only there for 5 years. How could you say he's ducking? That's plenty of time. Anything I want to do, I can get accomplished in 5 years. So to me, that's not valid. But damn, I wish I could just, we'll have a chance to chop it up later. But yeah, if he was the mandatory for at least 2 years, why duck him? It's because Benavidez brought both skill and size to the table, and Canelo was only willing to deal with one. He'll deal with skill with Crawford because he's smaller. He'll deal with size with Berlanga because he's not skilled. And that's how I see it. It's ducking, champ. It's ducking. I'll guess you like that mallard duck. I'm gonna go feed the ducks at the pond. It's still, it's still early out here out west, so I'm gonna go down to the pond and feed the ducks for H-Town.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I've had David Benavidez, his father, on, Jose Benavidez, a couple of times. And everybody keeps harping on the fact that once David chose to not exercise that that mandatory and stay at 175, I get it. Okay, I get it. But people forget that David Benavidez was the number one contender for that WBC title about a year and a half before that. After every one of his wins, before he went to 175, at least 4 wins, I would guess, this is a guesstimate, 4 wins at 168, he would call out Canelo. Like, my thing is, like, how long are you supposed to wait, when you're the mandatory for over a year? Like, that fight could have happened in 2023. I believe, and that's not 5 years ago. That's 2 years ago.
No.
That fight could have happened 2 years ago. It could have happened last year in 2024 if Canelo was interested in making that fight happen, because at the end of the day, he's the guy, right? If Canelo says, you know what, this guy's running his mouth, he's the top contender, people feel like he's the dude that's going to knock me off the pedestal, I want to fight this guy. If he wanted that fight could have happened. I firmly believe that.
Spot on. No, I couldn't agree more.
That's my whole take on it, and it's a shame because at the end of the day, the only explanation that we got from Canelo of why that fight didn't happen was the fact that, David Benavidez was rude, or he was disrespectful and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really? Like, the dude was the number one contender.
That's BS. That's duck talk. Duck talk. Hey, Johnny, I'm have to mute up for a couple minutes. DoorDash is coming. I'm high and hungry, but I'll be back.
All right, you got it. CJ Rich was in the building. Appreciate you for rocking out here on the panel. We're taking calls, y'all. I link the pin. You hear me? I keep messing that up. I pinned the link to the chat. If you guys want to call in. Great calls, great dialogue today, man. I'm telling you, man, this is how we do it up here at the Hangout spot, bro. You guys are the absolute best. You guys are the absolute best. We talking Bud Canelo. We're going back and forth. David Benavidez snuck his way into the conversation. Yeah, I get it. Somebody commented in there about being ordered. You're right. It should have been. I think it should have been ordered earlier than that, though. Then when it was technically ordered, which was already when David Benavidez was moving up to 175, it's almost like, yo, bro, like, how many times are you gonna call this chick? You gonna call this chick? Ask her out on a date. She keep egging you. Nah. Like, how many times are you gonna ask her before you say, you know what? I ain't messing with her no more. I'm moving on to somebody else, bro. That's how I looked at that whole situation. But no, and then for the I heard there was some Floyd comparisons and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I get it. You guys got to understand, the comparisons to Floyd is more the comparison of Canelo looking, Canelo getting outboxed by someone of a high caliber, which is Floyd. But at the end of the day, Floyd, that was a long time ago, man. No, Bud is not Floyd. We get that. And Canelo is not the same Canelo that he was when he fought Floyd either, to be honest. This is years ago. Canelo has gotten much better. Canelo right now is arguably, top 5, top 6, depending on who you ask, pound for pound, best fighters in the world. He's definitely the best 168 pounder without a debate. I do appreciate the fact that Bud wants to go up and weight and attempt to be great. I get that. But that's why we're breaking this down. The crazy part about this fight is the intrigue. There's intrigue when there's just so many different people that are going back and forth. You got people that are calling in. You got people like myself that I don't know who to pick today. I don't know who to pick. Today is June 22nd. This fight is what, in September? Less than 3 months away. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who I would pick today. I put a poll out today. Again, this is early predictions. To be fair, things change. People change their mind. Things happen throughout the course of a training camp. We're just getting started. We're at the starting point here. This is just the second out of 3 press conferences. We're talking about today. It got spicy. There was some pushing and shoving. Okay, they're selling it. There's some intrigue now, or they're attempting to put some intrigue into this fight to sell it. especially to the casual fans. You got to understand, Turkey's a very, very competitive guy that doesn't like Jake Paul. So I guess his mindset is we're putting this on Netflix, and we want to do over 60, 70 million views the same way or surpass what Jake Paul did with Mike Tyson. So this is a good starting point to sell it, but we're still a long ways away. But early predictions, and this is why I like this fight, or this is why this fight is so damn intriguing, and we're going to be talking about it probably on and off for the next 2 months, is if you look at the poll, over 150 people voted so far. 19% believe Canelo will win by decision. 33% believe Canelo can stop Bud Crawford moving up 2 weight classes. And again, Bud's never lost. He's never been stopped. 31% believe Crawford can cruise and win by decision. Well, I shouldn't say cruise because it just says Crawford by decision. So whether it's a unanimous or split or whatever, people think that Crawford can do enough to win at least 7 rounds and beat Canelo by decision. Only 16% believe that Crawford could win by knockout or stoppage. Again, even 16%. There's a little intrigue there, right? Canelo winning, by decision or whatnot is 19%. Canelo Crawford winning by knockout 16%. And this is against a guy who arguably, when was the last time you ever saw Canelo hurt in a fight, let alone down? I think we could all agree that Canelo is by I don't even think it's close. He has the best chin in boxing. So it's it's a lot of intrigue, man. It's a lot of intrigue. In this fight, it looks like CJ is back. Damn, that was quick.
I am. I decided to get it, and I'm munching. I'm gonna be muting up periodically and just munching on the food. But let me say this: shit, you make so by the math, it's like 47-53, which is why I said it's a 50-50 fight. Is that right? If you add them up, both the Crawfords and both the Canelos. I want to say Canelo got 53, Crawford got 47.
That is the true definition of an intriguing fight.
There you go. So we need to really hype this up, man. I mean, all y'all boxing hardcores, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it with the casuals. I know they watch it with me sometimes, and I'm gonna really promote this shit so we can get more people into boxing. That's where I'm at with it.
For sure, man. But I really, really hope they don't drop the ball on the undercard. They got to put some good.
You're right.
On the card, man. I mean, H-Town said.
But then again, let me say this. Then again, most casuals only care about the main event. You feel me? Like the Serrano Taylor was an anomaly, where the co-main was, more entertaining than the main. But most of the time, they just care about the big name at the top. So, but I feel you. It needs to be a solid undercard. That would help a lot.
For sure. I mean, you're talking about the fight of, the most anticipated and talked about fight in 2025. I mean, you got to at least make the undercard sort of worthwhile. For those guys that are interested in the NBA Finals, it looked like OKC is probably going to be the champions. They're up by 19 points, 90-71, fourth quarter with about 6 minutes and 43 seconds left. Damn, I picked the Pacers.
I try to tell Yayin, like as an experienced sports fan, he was, after they won those early games, he was like, "Yo, we got it." I'm like, champ. I've been a Raiders fan. I was a Warriors fan in 2015 when they were the heavy favorites and didn't take it home. Just, pump your brakes and see what happens. Let it play out. But hey, RIP, not RIP, but condolences to Yayin.
Damn, I'm not a Pacers fan per se, but I was rooting for the Pacers. I don't know.
That'll be a fun story because they ain't had shit. I mean, they're like the old school basketball capital of America. You feel me? Hoosiers, was that Indiana, right? So yeah, man, they got a lot of history. It would have been nice, but hey, maybe next year.
For sure. Let me catch up on a couple of super chats. We got Julio Guzman with the $2. Appreciate you, brother. He said Crawford has to pull a Manny versus Oscar to win. Okay. And then he's back. Julio Guzman is right back at it with a $5. He said, I hate to say this, and I think somebody else said this earlier. I hate to say this, but both men will look to counter. Both will play it safe. Boring 12-rounder is coming. Who said that? Somebody in the panel said that could be the case, right? think it was Alex Vega probably said that earlier. Man, I hope not, Julio.
No, I think
hope
you're
not.
right.
I don't
It was
know.
Vega,
It was Vega,
and
right?
not to be racial, but let me just say that that is the widest looking Julio Guzman I have ever seen in my life. But no, he's spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have. I said it earlier. Like it could be a counterpunching affair. But
We've seen this movie before, man. When when a hyped up fight, ends up shitting in the bed. I get it, based on. So I just don't feel it in this case. I'm not gonna sit there and say it's gonna be fight of the year, but I do think that it will be an entertaining scrap, man. Because again, Canelo has made it clear. You know the deal. He doesn't like guys that move around and run. He wants guys that are going to pretty much be stationary, stay in the pocket. He doesn't like to fight guys that are hard to find. So if Bud is true to who Bud is, which is the competitor, the guy that's coming in there to take what Canelo has, because that's what he said at least twice in this presser, or 3 times, or whatever it's been, then I think it will be a very, very good fight. I really do. I don't see what Julio is saying, or maybe it's because I don't want to speak it into existence. I just don't see it. I don't, but, hopefully.
no, yeah, I think the latter is right. You don't want to see that. You're not trying to put any energy into it.
Lord Mac and Cheese with the $5.
Straight cash, homie.
One more for the show, man, and I appreciate you, brother.
That's a wild scream name. Shout out to Lord. That's funny, man. That cracks me up.
One more for the show, and I appreciate y'all, man, and I appreciate all of y'all rocking out. Again, the link is in the chat if you guys want to chime in. And
I will say, Lord has the wrong hat on. That I don't need a Niners hat. It needs to be a Raiders hat. Let's go. Town business.
He's a Niner. What do they call them? Bang Niner gang. That's what they say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know it. Even out there, that's what they say. Most of my family actually is Niners fans, because when the Raiders moved to LA in the 80s, that's when they switched over. But I'm still rocking out with my hometown.
No doubt. What did I say that was Cap? That's Cap. What did I say? Stock Chasers, that was Cap. I don't even recall because I've just been talking. Yeah. So definitely you guys chime in. Nobody's in the back room right now. If you guys want to call in, voice your opinions on not just what you saw today in the press conference, but what you believe might be the end result, how it will play out. If you want to talk about who you believe you want to see in the undercard, which is that's a little rough, because I did see somebody in the comments say that they may not have a big budget, to get and I believe it was Julio Guzman. There it is. He said they can't afford an undercard. Turkey already said that, right? He announced if anyone is interested in participating in undercard to submit an application. That is truly right, because that went down when I was in California.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, that went down when I was in California. He put a post out. There were a lot of different fighters that were trying to lobby to get on that card. I think Ness and the Boxing Voice actually did a show to talk about that. So yeah, I mean, damn, I get it, but shit, that's probably
we need at least one more big name, even if it's not a great matchup,
right,
which obviously I prefer. We need at least one more big name to fill that out.
So I guess my choice would have been, and this was what I was thinking about that week when that went down and I was in California, David Benavidez in the co-main event, man, against maybe Callum Smith. That way, if Canelo wins or whatnot, and David Benavidez wins, maybe they can, they can try to lobby for a fight in May. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, it plays into the narrative. I feel you.
Right.
That's great. I didn't think about that.
And David Benavidez is just a big enough name to be that co-main event. To be able to be that second, right? That you got the Bud Canelo, then you got the the co-main, which makes sense. Yes. Stock Chasers, you in the building, bro? What's good? Where was that capping? What were you talking about?
Oh no, when you was like that, knowing the competitor that Terence Bud Crawford is, like he's gonna stand in the pocket with Canelo. He ain't doing that. There's no way.
That's what he said.
I don't think he said exactly that. I think more of his point is like he's not going to run. He's not going to do the Charlo. I didn't say he's going to like trade with him straight up. But.
Let me ask you a question. Let's just say that Canelo cracks Crawford one time. Like, it could be a night. Like, let's be honest here. It's not like Canelo ain't got the power, bro, to do it. So I don't know. My opinion is that Crawford is. I'm not saying he's gonna be on a bicycle because he never is, but I'm saying he's gonna box. He's gonna box. He's gonna move around. He's gonna use his feet. That's the right thing to do if you want to win a decision. I don't see another way. Just as far as that's concerned. But another news. Yo, I spoke to your man Brian Norman Sr. on Broadway Joel show.
I saw a little clip of of that. Yeah. I saw. I didn't see the whole show. I got to see the whole show. I saw a little bit of clip of that. But what happened? I heard he went back and forth with Joel and some of you guys. Was he taking calls or something? Is that what it was?
Yeah, he was taking calls. He
Okay.
let us chop it up on a little bit. But so I go like this. So I tell Norman Senior. I said, look, man, congrats on the KO, whatever. But then I was telling him like the two fights that I see that the people want more so would be a Haney fight or a lot of people like I don't know, a lot of Dominicans asking for the Polanco fight, or a lot of people, I guess. But basically, that's what I was telling him. But then I told them I don't want the Roca fight, and I don't know how many people want the Roca fight. I just feel like if he already damn near murked the dude who, like, Roca already got murked by somebody he already knocked out. Like, so I don't see what's the point of that fight, bro. Like, I mean, I guess it's a nice homecoming fight and do we really want to see that? Is that the best fight for Norman Sr.? For Norman Jr., I mean?
It's not the fight that I would want.
But that's what I told them. But then look what he said. He said that's not the fight I want either. He don't want that shit either. But he said
Yo, let me say this.
He said
I just want to see him unify. That's my main thing. I want to see him unify the division because it's pretty much empty without Boots there. So he should run through it, especially based on his performance a couple days ago. So that's where I'm at with it. But Haney, that could be interesting. I'm not very excited about it, but I want to see Haney go in a different direction. But yeah, no, I feel what you're saying. Yeah, just unify. Just take all the belts, man.
He's got an opportunity to take over this division. I mean, it's his for the taking right now. So here's my take on that real quick. And I haven't spoken to him about that yet, but we will be having the welterweight champion in the building at some point this week. We're working on it, the logistics. So he will be in the building. So make sure you guys definitely you're hitting those notifications or you're following me on IG, whatever it is. When I update my stories, subscribe to the channel. I think based on and I saw a tail end of it. Adrian Clark, his manager, was on the Boxing Voice this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Saturday, right? Yesterday morning.
Yeah, he was on.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think he had said that the interest right now is to wait to see what happens between Barrios and Pacquiao. Is that what he's again? I didn't see the whole thing. That's what I heard. People were DMing. I got like 4 DMs about that.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I thought that fight was off. I thought Barrios was moving on to somebody else. I could be mistaken. Boxing movements.
July
that
19th.
Would be news.
No, that would be I didn't hear about that. No, that fight's going down July 19th. They have an undercard. I mean, they have the whole card announced already.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Johnny, let me ask you for some advice, man, because you're an expert in this area. I'm dating a 27-year-old woman, and I just want to know if you got any hairline tips. Like, how can I bring my shit back, baby?
I thought you were gonna say I'm an expert in dating. I'm like, I'm definitely not an expert in that, bro. Definitely not. I'm happily married. Been with my wife for 20 years. We had a great time this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Shout out to Mrs. Hangout Spot for pushing me to continue to do this, man. Being one of my biggest supporters. I love you, babe, if you're listening. So I'm definitely not a dating guy. As far as the hairline, bro, I can't help you, brother. I just, this is boxing's. This is the best hairline in boxing podcast, baby, and it's all natural. That's all I gotta say.
I like how you came up with that tagline. Yeah, I noticed that the other day. That's funny, man. That's good.
I'm gonna tell you this though. What Adrian Clark said, I can believe only because having conversations with the champ, he covets that green belt. Like many fighters. Many fighters covered that, they covered that green belt. It's a prestigious belt. And let's say Pacquiao was to pull out the upset. That'd be a big money fight. That'd be a big
Yeah, but
money
we
fight.
don't want that. We don't
That'd be
want
crazy.
that. We don't want that. We
Hey,
don't want. We don't
hey,
need
listen.
that. We don't need
You're
that.
right. We don't want that, but it's a possibility if that's what we get. Now, what I would want, you want me to tell you what I would want? Whoa, you got the big dog in the back. I want a homecoming fight. I do. I think that Brian Norman has earned the right, and Top Rank should do the right thing. And I said, and they put out a post, and I put in capital letters, get this man his homecoming fight, bro. He's been a road warrior the last 3 fights. Like, get this man a homecoming fight in Atlanta, and if it's against Alexis Rocha, who's the #1 contender, I'd be okay with it. But if it were me, I want Devin Haney. That's the fight that I want. If it were me, I know y'all want Polanco though. A bunch of people want Polanco. I saw Joel saying.
I'll take any of those two, just not Roca.
Yeah.
But the
Polanco is a more intriguing stylistic fight because Polanco is a puncher. You know, a guy that's going to go in there and fight. Devin Haney obviously is a different type of fighter, but I think I just like the Devin Haney Norman fight. That's the fight that I would like if I had my choice.
But Johnny, real quick, okay, how does Brian Norman Jr. Let's say consolidate those belts at 147 when half of them are vacant? So are these other sanctioning bodies going to figure those out? Because I'm not gonna lie, some of the dudes on that list are, bro. I mean, it's easy work for Brian Norman, in my opinion, bro. Like the top guys in some of these. And some of the other bodies are like, bro, like, I mean, I saw what's the British guy, that fought that Tone asked about them the other night. I forgot.
So this is the standings or the rankings right now. As per
I haven't looked in a minute.
my dude Nesta Gibbs in the Boxing Voice, because I look at his rankings first, because I gotta support the fam. You got Rolly Romero, who's the WBA champ. Who's been elevated, obviously. So that's a fight that could happen. You got Mario Barrios, who's going up against Pacquiao. You got the IBF, which is vacant right now. I don't know who they would have fight for that title. So you know, to your point, there's a lot of uncertainty about who could potentially be in line for fights with the unification. But one thing, Stock Chasers, that is really not in question is. He said after the fight in Japan that he'd be willing to get back in the ring in October and November. That is enough time to fight the winner of Barrios Pacquiao in July, which is a unification.
I want to see personally. I want to see Barrios. That's what that matchup I want to see. I know Haney might sell a little better, but
I'm not picking Pacquiao to win that fight. 46 years
from
old.
From a technical standpoint, I'd rather see Norman Barrios.
4 years. I'm a big Pacquiao fan, but I'm not going to ride that bandwagon. I just age matters in boxing. I'm sorry, and I'm picking Barrios to win that fight, and I think Barrios and Norman would be a great fight in October and November for unification.
No, Johnny, I thought you said you was thinking about getting back in the ring or getting in the ring for the first time.
No. He tried to in Border Wars, and I was like, nah, man.
Yo,
that would be entertaining. I would pay to see it.
Oh, that's for sure. And then in other news, did you see the clip of Cigar Talk? Najee, he posted like Bill Haney like running up on Richard Hitchison.
Oh, outside. It was outside of yeah. I saw that. I saw a little.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Devin Haney, I need that fight, bro, because that fight is okay. Is it an easy fight? It's not. But listen, when I'm comparing Hitchinson to Norman Jr., I mean, and I want to get myself back on the map. I'm fighting Hitchinson. I mean, I'm not trying to fight Norman Jr. before Hitchinson. If that's the case, I'm being honest. Like,
word. I agree with
like your honesty. I like your
honesty. Of course, I got to come on, man. I got to be frank too.
I'm right on there, and that's the fight that I said after Hitchinson won. I was like, that's the more likely fight. I think they try to go after the Haney fight instead of T.O. or whatever. That whole T.O. and Richardson Hitchins. I think that fight makes sense, and you see that Bill Haney has a lot of energy for that fight.
Oh, he does.
Where's Brian Norman?
Ain't no energy for Brian Norman. Ain't no. I'm gonna
if you're watching this, Bill, if you're watching this, Bill, I will send you the link. Let's talk about it, baby. Let's talk about it.
Hold up. I think I recall now that you bring that up. Wasn't you on the Boxing Voice earlier this week and Bill popped out and you brought up Norman? Is that correct? That's what I heard.
I brought up Norman because he told he asked us like who do you guys want to see Devin fight? I said, well, I want to see you fight. I want to see him fight Brian Norman Jr., bro. Step up to 147 and fight Brian Norman Jr. And because of that little back and forth, Brian Norman Sr. popped up on the chat, and people thought I was side texting him, and I wasn't. He was listening.
Okay, yeah, exactly what I heard.
That it was me. I mean, I could have, but I didn't. He clarified that.
Look, I'm not gonna hold you. That's one thing that people could grow on me, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I always told you, I like Brian Norman Jr. How can I not? But Senior though, I always respect the man that's always down for the smoke, and he's always down for the smoke. Always, and he said, "Yo," because I asked him about Haney. He was like, "That's gonna be a hell of a press conference." But he said he's losing patience with Bill Haney because Bill Haney going around yapping too much. So he's like, "Yo, this is going to end up blowing up sooner or later."
Yeah,
so let's see what happens.
I see a fight down the road. I just don't see it next. I don't think that the Haneys would welcome Brian Norman as a first fight, right? Because he hasn't fought at 147 yet. I think
he hasn't yet.
Yeah, so
I agree. He's still getting acclimated, moving up, and that's not a confidence builder. That's a confidence destroyer. So I completely agree with what you're saying.
And this is no knock on Devin Haney because let me tell you something. I'm gonna keep it real. I like Devin Haney. I don't shit on Devin Haney. I like him as a fighter. I do. I just don't feel like that's a smart move. If I'm Bill, stay away from Norman right now. Go get that Richardson hit the smoke, bro, and let Norman handle this business with somebody else, bro. But if he wants it, we want it. We want that shit. If he wants it, we want that shit. I'm gonna tell you right now. We got Alberto in the building. What's going on, Alberto? Alberto. Make sure you guys smash that like button, bro. Share the channel. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Millions.co. And let's not forget, I got the t-shirts and hoodies on Millions.co. I put the link in the chat earlier. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. More importantly, man, help a brother grow. Help a brother
Johnny
grow,
is really
man.
diversifying his bonds. He's all over the place, all kind of platforms.
Johnny,
and this is just the beginning, bro. We're trying to get on more platforms, bro. What's up, Stock Chasers? What up?
Real quick, since Alberto hasn't responded, what you think about Gearsov? Because listen, man, there's some positioning going on in the WBA because Devin Haney wouldn't just end up there as number 2. And Gearsov, listen, man, I'm looking at his resume. I mean, you could throw up the vacant belt and get it on between the 1 and the 2. Like I don't see what's wrong with that. I mean, it's not like.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, bro, he's taking. If I'm not mistaken, bro, he's taking. What's that? When they pay you to step aside, he's taking step aside money before, in the past. If I'm not mistaken, at least once or twice, because he's been ranked for a minute. With Boots splitting right now. And now the IBF, is vacant and Rolly getting moved up. I don't know. I would think that Rolly probably takes that mandatory. Doesn't look like they interested in fighting Devin Haney. Take that mandatory against Gearsov. Let Pacquiao handle business. Barrios handle business with Pacquiao. And then we'll kind of let the chips fall where they may from there. That's what I think will ultimately happen if I had a prediction. 147 is a weird division, man. It's never been this weird.
You know what's super weird is, so did you get a chance to watch the Lewis Crocker Patty Donovan fight?
I didn't get a chance to watch that.
So listen, it was messy. It was messy. Because I just wanted to see like what these two guys were about since they're up there in the rankings. They fought each other, right? But it was like a bloody mess. And I think Patty Donovan got disqualified, but it's like, so Lewis Crocker, to me, in my opinion, was losing that fight anyway. So it's like those two guys, unless I'm missing something, I don't see anything special. I don't see anything like Brian Norman Jr. could finish probably both of those dudes off, like in the same ring at the same time. Like I don't see anything special from these two dudes. And when you have a chance, watch the fight, but. Bro, it was messy. Dudes wailing off, just throwing, swinging at air. Like, bro, It was crazy.
All right, listen, I'm gonna. People are gonna think that I'm obviously, the Norman spot and Johnny Norman Jr. All these jokes that everybody got. I get it. There's nobody that could fuck with Brian Norman right now at welterweight. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck, chat.
Let's go.
Go ahead. Y'all want to call me the Norman spot? Go ahead.
Wait,
but I'm keeping it a buck. Find somebody
not
in
even
that
Rolly?
division right now that's a natural 147, and I'm not talking about any of the dudes moving up. Find me somebody that you think can wants that smoke, can fuck with that smoke.
So you
Yo,
saying
even the dudes moving up can't fuck with, in my opinion.
I'm looking at the top 10 in the ring rankings. Stanionis, no.
Nah.
Barrios, I never saw that.
I mean,
I don't see it. I'd like to see the fight, but I wouldn't pick Barrios to beat him. I'm sorry, and there's no disrespect to Barrios. I think he's a very, very good fighter. I got him beating Pacquiao, but I don't think he beats Norman. Santillan, we saw what he did to him. Giasov, nope. Kazaki still hasn't woke up. Rocha, I don't see that. Polanco, not yet. That's my opinion. Not yet.
Polanco.
But I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you. Curiel, Usman. That's another fight that they would take overseas. By the way, that was mentioned. But I don't see that fight happening. Conor Benn maybe is the only guy that I would think. But I don't see him at 147 anymore. So I think that ship has sailed. I don't think we see him fight at 147 again. That's just my opinion. So to your point, to give you a little bit of credit, Stock Chasers, maybe the only guy on that list that I would be like, okay, maybe is Polanco, maybe. But I wouldn't see Polanco beating him either, though.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of tape around that fight, but what I'm trying to say is like, I mean, it's like 147 is looking
like the Norman spot. Why y'all don't call 147 the Norman spot instead of calling the Hangout spot the Norman spot? Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that?
Yo, but hold on. What you think about Rolly?
Make that shit short.
Let's say down the line you got Rolly versus Norman Jr. What you see that fight? Like what you see happen?
Rolly versus Norman Jr.
What you see?
Come on, man. I'm not even gonna answer that.
Exactly.
Come on, bro. Really?
Yo, they were sleeping on him against Ryan. Look what he did.
That's different though.
He could crack.
Two totally different fighters, bro.
He could crack.
Who, Rolly?
Rolly could crack.
That's all he can do.
He putting Rolly to sleep, bro.
Nah, listen.
There we go. Ron agrees, bro.
If Tank can do it, that's most definitely gonna happen.
Brian Norman cleaning all of them, bro. Shout out to you, Ron. It ain't even he give that man an apron, bro. He cleaning shit up. Johnny is
Clarissa Wilder.
I'm just keeping it real. So then somebody tell me otherwise. Again, I just told you Conor Benn would be an interesting fight. But I don't foresee Conor Benn going back down to 147. Polanco? Come on, I don't think that dude's ready.
I mean, look, let's see how he does against Quinn Randall.
That's a good fight.
Stop with the Blair. Yo, but why people like Blair Cobb so damn much? I don't.
Blair Cobb can punch. Blair Cobb can punch, and he's gonna sell
but he's not ranked. He's not nothing. It never is. Like I don't understand.
The most ducks. That's politics for you. That's boxing politics for you. The most duck fighter currently, my opinion.
Is he not ranked? He's not. Why is he not ranked in any of these major divisions?
Exactly.
Because
that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't fight.
He's not active. That's what it is, CJ. Yeah. He's just not active enough. He has just terrible management. What did the
shit, you got dudes don't fight for 2 years and still remain in the rankings? That's just political.
Bro, you got dudes that are retired. You got dudes that are retired at 46 years old. They come back and they get title shots, bro. Make that shit make sense.
Right.
Rolly gonna bite Brian Norman Jr. and turn him into an autistic werewolf.
Yo, that's crazy.
Bro, let me tell you something. I gotta be honest. When I saw the May 2nd card, Rolly, Ryan, Devin, and Ramirez, Tio, and the other dude, Barboza. Right after that card, man, I texted the champ and I was like, bro, all these dudes are food, bro. Not one of them am I confident are gonna be able to move up to 147, and beat you, man. But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
To agree, yeah.
We're gonna see how it plays out. This is I say it all the time, Stock Chasers, even though you say it. This is a what have you done for me lately sport, bro.
Yo, that's a fact. So with that in mind, with that in mind, you think Schofield he gonna show up? He gonna what you think he gonna do with
This
Tevin
week,
Farmer?
right? That's this week, this Saturday, right?
That's this Saturday coming up. Yeah.
Oh, bro, we're gonna do well. You know how we gonna do it up here at the Hangout spot, bro. We are going to do a call-in show to predict that or break down that card. I like that fight, bro. You checking out?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out, but yeah, it should be good. We'll chop up as soon as we get closer to it. I ain't really broke that one down, but I mean, it's Schofield's for the losing, in my opinion. But we'll see.
Listen, I just want to tell you before you check out that I appreciate you're not like you study this shit, you know what I'm saying? You go and you check fat, like that's what's up. I love that shit, bro. Like you do your research. That's
Bro,
I just want to salute you, my brother. That's all I want
I
to say.
appreciate that. Yeah, sometimes I start yapping. People think I'm a casual, but they don't know, bro. I put I'm enveloping this
do
game.
your research.
Yeah, for sure. All right, yo, thanks
Passionate
for
and you
having
love
me, yo.
the sport, bro. No, thank you, brother.
That's a
Appreciate
fact.
you, man.
Y'all be easy, bro.
All right, man.
Peace out,
Stock
Stock.
Chasers, in the building. Yeah, as we get closer to that card, we will obviously break that down. Is OKC? Let me see. I see somebody crying here. For those of you
I want to
guys that
respond briefly to what he said about
go
the
ahead,
kid Austin.
take it away, brother.
Yeah. My opinion, he's going to be more motivated because he blew the bag, that turkey bag, against Stevenson. So he's going to want to show up and show out and raise his, for lack of a better word, his stock back up. But that's how I see it. So I got Kid Austin in that one.
That's a good fight, man. That's a really good fight. Tevin Farmer's nothing to play with. We've seen that, in his last two outings against Zepeda. That's an interesting fight. Like if Kid can stop him or beat him decisively, that is that's a major
That'd be
feather
very
in his
impressive.
cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a good fight. And but at the end of the day, I got to keep it a buck. He got to fucking show up. He got to show up because I'm tired of all these. I'm on pins and needles. Like, are we talking about Kid Schofield having to back out on Thursday? We've seen this movie before. Like, you got to show up to fight.
No. That's why I emphasize that point about the motivation and really making sure he's locked in. I'm sure he's not going to want to blow another opportunity. Just like I'm sure when Keyshawn gets back, he's not going to fuck up again. It's easy to paint the narrative that he already fucked up once, so that's just a pattern. But no, we gotta give people a chance to grow. So I see him locking in and really taking it to Farmer.
That's the most exciting fight on that card for me. So that's this card's Amanda Katie on the Mike Tyson Jake Paul card. That was the fight that I was looking forward to the most, Amanda and Katie. Actually, there were two fights. I was actually looking forward to the Barrios Abel Ramos fight as well.
Also, going in, you were already anticipating that being a great fight. I mean, I'll be real. I haven't watched a lot of women's boxing until recently, so that kind of took me by surprise. But now, shit, I was on DAZN all last Saturday looking up random women's fights just to see, how they're moving. But I can appreciate a little more now.
So now that you bring up the females, I just want to let everybody know in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's watching live on YouTube, Facebook, and millions.co. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We are growing by the day. We are planning a ladies' night hangout spot show. All women panel. Obviously, minus myself. I'll be the only male. But we're gonna get some females on the panel. And we're gonna let them co-host and cook, and hopefully we get some female callers to call in. We're gonna be talking about that mega or that card. We've never seen a card like that before that Jake Paul put together. July 11th, that's going down in Madison Square Garden in the big room. It is headlined by Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, Part 3. That is the main event in the big room, y'all. I just want to specify that they've already sold out the big room once. They're looking to do it again. I have no doubt in my mind they will, based on the first two fights. Then you got Alicia Baumgartner. The Bomb will be on that card. In the co-main, I believe, you got Sadeja Green that's going up against Savannah Marshall. That's going to be a hell of a fight. But anyway, there's going to be about 7 or 8 just female fighters. So to kind of kick that whole thing off, We're looking at possibly July 1st, 2nd, one of those 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And we're going to have an all-female channel, bro, show. We're going to call it the ladies' night. So make sure even the dudes, y'all got to come and y'all got to show some love. Y'all got to show some love to the females, bro, because even though they doing it in the ring, but the females are doing it outside the ring. So we're looking to get in the ring with Christine. We've had her on the show before. 1212 Sports Society. We've had her as a co-host. We're looking to get her on the panel. My girl Chevy Red, I've already contacted her. She's doing her thing, boots to ground at all these fight cards. She's looking to be an inspiring ring announcer, you know, somewhere down the road. She's going to be on the panel, bro. It's going to be epic, bro. The Hangout spot is doing it up. So I just wanted to say that, CJ Rich.
Let's go. Let's go. And let me say this. I hope they all engage. I know as a boxing channel, it can be difficult to get a significant female following. So hopefully they do. Hey, Clarissa, we're going to need you to call in.
Word. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, and I'm not even, you know what? We're trying to get a guest appearance on that show as well. Female fighter. So we're looking to do big things. Make sure you guys continue to follow. Like, share, more importantly, subscribe to the Hangout spot. This is where it's at in 2023 and beyond. We are growing. Appreciate all of y'all for rocking out and getting us to that 2K. But now we got to get to that next goal, bro. We need to get to 2,500 and 3K. So continue to share the channel. H-Town is back with a $5. He said if Kid can control his emotions, he can win. If not, that diving in head first mad ain't working with Tev. He's too experienced. I agree with that. Tev is another level when it comes to skill and experience. What you think, CJ? CJ, did we lose CJ?
What's up? You asked me something?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you see that super chat by H-Town?
No, I didn't. I didn't peep it.
He said
that's H-Town, Leonardo Rodriguez, H-Town. Okay.
That's H-Town, baby. H-Town, baby. If Kid can control his emotions, he can win. If not, that diving in head first mad ain't working with Tev. He's too experienced. What's your thoughts?
No, word. I completely agree. I know we didn't agree earlier, but yeah, that's a good take. I mean, you got to be patient, box, be selective with his output. But no, he's not gonna go in there like a bull, just put his head down and run him over. So yeah, I feel you.
Pound for pound king, what's good, my brother? Look at the look at his thing, his screenshot or whatever you call that.
Who is that?
That's pound for pound king, bro.
No. Who's the woman?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Oh man,
that caught my eye.
Yeah, he said it's a good test for Schofield. Absolutely, that's a great test, man. You are lady, Johnny. H-Style said, "Yeah, I'm y'all lady."
Yo, wow.
Ladies' night, bro. All right, I take that as a compliment. Y'all family. I guess I take that as a compliment.
You're more mature than me. I would have got a little heated at that one.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm always got the baddies on my screen. So you changed them up, pound for pound king? I didn't notice. I think he does. He changes.
Yo, are these your ladies? Or just
right,
chicks off the internet?
Exactly.
Come on, champ.
Where are you getting these ladies, bro? Are these yours, or are you just pulling them out of the net? Nasty work if you are, bro.
Right.
Nasty work, man. But listen, if you guys we're about to wrap this thing up. We've done over 3 hours. Shout out to OKC, man, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Just won the NBA championship. Yeah, they did it. They just won the NBA championship, their first one in franchise history. And I know they got some really, really diehard fans out there. So shout out to OKC 2024 and 2025, I guess you call them, NBA champions. So shout out to them for beating the Pacers in 7 games. I thought it was a hell of a finals. 2 teams that have never won a championship. That's dope. We need to see more of that shit instead of the same teams that win every single year. At least that's me.
I agree with that.
But yeah, man, he said wish. So I guess they're not his chicks, CJ. I guess they're not.
Oh, come on, we can't do that. When I pull up with
taking photos, he said,
when I pull up with my little 27-year-old, yeah, it's gonna be me. It ain't gonna be something off the internet.
Nah, we had a great show, man. Great show, man. Great dialogue. CJ, man, you co-hosted basically the whole show, man. I just want to give you a shout out.
Facts. I appreciate you letting me stay on for so long. I was surprised, but yeah, I'm just, I feel I'll chop good game. Like I said, I'm trying to get my own shit started. So yeah, thank you, man.
Do it, man. You know your shit. You family. You know you're always welcome, and you're always a supporter of me. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, as well as everybody else who tuned in, who provided super chats. I mean, again, any donation helps me out. We putting in that work, but more importantly, we love doing this and putting on this content for all you guys. We won't be live tomorrow, I don't believe, unless I get a last minute guest who I'm trying to get on the calendar. If I can get this guest, then yes. Make sure you guys are following, subscribe, notifications, IG, because that's where I update my stories. But if I can't get this guest, then we'll just go Tuesday night. We'll take a break tomorrow and go Tuesday night. Like I told you, I got a female bantamweight who's undefeated. She's going to be on the show, Naomi Cardenas, more than likely. But I am looking at trying to get some other names as well for the rest of the week. We'll do call-ins. We'll do our previews before the Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez card. So expect a full array of shows this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We will be on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, share, subscribe, and go and support and get some Hangout Spot merchandise, man. We're trying to do it up, man. So if you want a T-shirt and you want a hoodie, come check out the site and show some love, man. Show some love. But yeah, so CJ, I'm gonna wrap this one up, man. Appreciate you. Great co-host today.
Again, thanks for having me up. Oh yeah, speaking, I know y'all heard that bark. I'm always with my dog, so we put in a good soft 10 miles today. That's Champ, big pit bull, so a big pit bull energy. But no, salute to y'all, salute to the chat, everyone who agree with me or disagree with me. It's all love. Peace.
For sure, man. Appreciate you, CJ. Shout out to CJ, man, for real. Great job, man. Great job on the panel, man. This is how we do it up, though, man. We couldn't have a great show without great callers, great panel members. You guys are the best. The Hangout Spot family is the best boxing podcast family. I'm sorry, I'm convinced. Maybe I'm biased, but I'm convinced, man. Yeah, man. So again, let's sign out. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. We are right back at it Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, like, share, subscribe to the Hangout Spot. Get yourself a T-shirt and a hoodie. I put the link in the chat so that you could support the Hangout Spot family. You guys are the absolute best, man. Appreciate all you guys do for me, and I appreciate you guys always tuning in and showing the channel love. As always, this is your boy Johnny signing out from the Hangout Spot Live, and I'll talk to everybody on Tuesday. Peace.